welcome to the Dowling Catholic High School gym. Alongside Steve DeVinny, I'm Mark Amadale as they are getting set for tonight's CIML Central Conference and Iowa Conference crossover game between Dowling Catholic and Ankeny Centennial. I'm joined tonight by Steve DeVinny and Coach, the Grandview Hall of Famer, the all-everything coach on the side, doing everything the right way. Welcome, and it's the final week of the regular season for the girls, and we've got I wouldn't call it a bracket buster, Steve, but we've got an interesting game because this could be a big seeding game. Centennial and Dowling both in the top 10. Dowling hoping to get a home seed in the top 8, and Centennial trying to hold on to their top seed, if so to speak, as the brackets come out tomorrow. And welcome to the broadcast, sir.
Yeah, thank you. It's going to be a great ball game tonight between two top 10 opponents, both with basketball-rich traditions, and this should be a very fine game tonight for the kids.
Oh, it certainly should, and we've got these two teams, Ankeny Centennial and Dowling, used to be in the same conference. They rotate the conference in the CIML every 2 years, as you know, Steve. So we do not see those Centennial twice. I talked to Coach DeYoung, the Centennial head coach, last night, and I said, hey, I used to see you home and home. He says, yeah, they rotate the conferences. Now we got longer drives. We go to Mesa City.
That's true.
Mesa City, Marshalltown, and Fort Dodge.
Yeah.
And I said, just be careful at Marshalltown. There's a couple of statues that we're trying to find. And he says, DeVinny and Bossum, I've heard you guys talk about that.
Yeah. No, Scott DeYoung and I go back, over 30 years. When I was first out of college, I used to referee some high school basketball. When you're a rookie, you go out into the smaller communities and cut your teeth. And I was up at Colo Nesco doing 6-on-6 with Coach DeYoung. I couldn't figure out what the travel rule even meant, but he was kind to me, and I've known him ever since. Our daughters roomed for one semester up at University of Northern Iowa together, and so we go way back, and he's a first-class individual and a Hall of Famer with 7 state championships.
And he's a delight to talk to, and I'll tell you what, his teams are always well prepared, and they lead the state in defense, giving up just 33.2 points a game. We'll talk about that in our Keys to the Game presented by DeArmond Ford in Enola. We'll come up with that later, but very tough defensively, and I'll tell you what, Dowling's going to have their hands full. It's a one-time meeting this year because we go into the postseason next week. But this has got to be the toughest that Dowling's going to be guarded tonight. Well, except for Johnston, except for Waukee, and except for Valley. Other than that, a Coach DeYoung team, they just come out and guard you.
No, I think that's right. I think that Johnston and Waukee have very good enthusiasm and great athleticism and all that. But I think Scott is the founder of the good perimeter, full court, physical defense. He invented it in this league, and a lot of it, I don't want to make excuses early or put too much pressure on the officials, but sometimes when you play his teams, it depends upon how the game is called, because if the officials are calling it fairly close, sometimes his good defenders have a tendency to get into foul trouble, but if they let it go a little bit, then it becomes advantage Centennial.
Well, we'll see how that all transpires. Of course, the Centennial Jaguars under Coach DeYoung, his 8th year. Ironically, Ankeny Centennial girls and boys have both. He's come up here to say something to you. I think he says, can I suit up one of your daughters? You go ahead and take that, Steve. But the Centennial Jaguars, both the girls and boys coaches, Scott DeYoung on the girls' side and Bob Fontaine on the boys, they've both been there since the inception of the school, which is now in its 8th year. And Coach DeYoung has led them to a state title in his short period of time there. But the Jaguars come in. They've won 6 out of the last 8 games. Their only losses this year were number 10 Valley on the road at Valley, 61-47 back on January 9th, right off the Christmas and New Year's break. And their other loss was last Tuesday night, a week from tonight. They lost at home to number 2 Waukee, 56-46. That's the Jags' only 2 losses. They've won 5 in a row before losing last Friday. And, again, they have not played many top 10 or 15 teams, just Waukee and Valley. So they haven't seen the battle of the CIML, but that's not their fault. That's just something that, that's realistic. And tonight they're going to get a top 10 team in Dowling Catholic.
Yeah. No, I think coming into the game, Mark, if I had to guess, it'll be a very, very tightly contested match, and we'll see. I mean, I could obviously every game's different, but I would guess this probably goes down to the wire against two teams that are very evenly matched. When you start talking about strength of schedule, the Jags haven't played quite the schedule the Maroons have, so the Maroons are probably more battle tested, but that won't matter. Scott will have these kids ready.
Well, for Dowling Catholic, they come in with the number 9 ranking. Their record is 9-4. We mentioned Centennial. They're ranked 5th, and their record is 11-2. Dowling coming off, they've won 6 out of their last 8 games. Losses to number 1 Johnston and number 4 Southeast Polk here during that 8-game stretch. And they're coming off a win on Friday night as they defeated Urbandale 40-28 in a very low-scoring game. Urbandale's defense wasn't too bad on Friday, but that was senior night. A lot happening, and the Maroons get the win, and that sets us up for this week. Doesn't get any easier as number 1 Johnson's on the horizon for Dowling on this Friday, but tonight it's Centennial. And the Maroons, Lexi Bowles and I tell you, Lexi and Emma Gipple are two of the glues, but when the Maroons can shoot the outside shot with the 3 guards, McVeigh, Tobias, and Wishman, they're a pretty balanced team, but you got to neutralize the turnovers and obviously shoot well. And there's a lot of factors that go in, and that sets up for an interesting matchup with the Centennial team we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, no question about it. And I think that Centennial, just reputation alone, Urbandale last time we were together on Friday, they slipped into a 2-3 zone, and that proved to be very effective as they were sagging in on the post on Lexi Bowles and held her in single digits. Centennial might have watched that film. They might not have watched the film, but it won't matter. Scott DeYoung can't even spell zone defense, so it's going to be pressure man all night, and we're going to find out how good a shape the kids are in also, because they'll get after you the full length of the court, and you'll know that you've been in a heated contest when this is over.
No question about it. Along with Steve DeVinny, I'm Mark Amadale, pregame here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.TV. We want to welcome them to our simulcast. We're going to take a 1-minute break. I want to remind you, our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio, Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, Kemen, and Mercy One. Of course, CISN will be playing their ads. When we take this break, it's Dowling and Ankeny Centennial. Early start, 5 o'clock here at the Dowling Gym. And we'll be back with more after these messages.
To everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym. As you can see, if you're watching on CISN.TV, see, I got a coach to wave to me.
Yeah, there you go.
You had Coach DeYoung, and I had Coach Danner.
That's okay.
He was our.
They're trying to get some friendly comments from us. I mean, I understand how it works.
Do you think they really miss the media and press row down there? They put us up here in the balcony.
I know.
Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny, thanks for joining us tonight on Iowa Catholic Radio. Back at the studio, we have the dynamic duo of Jeff Piggott and Mr. Brady back there, Brady Grimm. Want to thank them for all they do. And, of course, here, CISN, we got Devin Taylor and Jeff Stark. Jeff is doing the camera, and Devin's right next to me. He's trying to stay out of our way, but he's doing a pretty good job otherwise. And so we got TV and radio, my friend.
These guys always do a great job.
All right, well, Let's go to our keys to the game. This is the keys brought to you in part by our good friends from Indianola, as they've been with us throughout the year, and that's DeArmond Ford Indianola. Our keys to the game, a family-led business guided by their core values of hard work, trust, honesty, and integrity. Check out the all-new DeArmond Ford in Indianola, and DeArmondFord.com is their website. And Mr. Steve DeVinny, the keys to the game tonight for the Centennial Gals, coached by the legendary and Hall of Fame coach Scott DeYoung.
Yeah, as we talked about earlier in the day when we had this email exchange, Mark, they're known for their defense. The Jags are known for their defense, and they're really good at that. Tonight, I think they're going to have to make some perimeter shots to beat the Maroons. That's not necessarily their trademark, but they'll have to have a good shooting night. In addition to that, I think they're going to have to hold the Maroons' leading scorer, Lexi Bowles, to maybe a dozen points or less. When Lexi scores in the paint, Maroons are very difficult to beat. If Ankeny Centennial is able to hold her in check, that should help their chances for a W.
And Steve, what about the Dowling's keys to the game? The Maroons and head coach Kristen Meyer in her 5th year at Dowling. The Maroon keys tonight.
Well, I think for the Maroons, we talked about it's an unbelievable stat. The Centennial Jags give up an average of 33 points a game. That's unbelievable in this league. So Maroons are going to have to handle that pressure. It's going to be tough and it's going to be physical. That's just what they do. The Maroons are going to have to handle that. If they don't handle that well, it's going to lead to some transition baskets. That's another key. They're going to have to limit those. They're going to have to make the Centennial beat them tonight in a half-court set.
All right, that is our keys to the game, presented by DeArmond Ford Indianola, a family-led business guided by the core values of hard work, trust, honesty, and integrity. Check out the all-new DeArmond Ford in Indianola at DeArmondFord.com. Our thanks to Steve DeVinny for our keys to the game. And now the starting lineups, and we'll start with the visitors from Ankeny Centennial, the Jaguars. Head coach is Scott DeYoung in his 8th year as the Jaguars head coach. 132 wins, 46 losses, 74% winning percentage, and overall, this is his 32nd year. You must have got him in year 10 when you were refereeing his games up at Colo when he was there.
What year is it, Mark?
32 for Scott.
Yeah. So
overall.
I must have had him in his first year, 2 or 3, something like that. That was, it goes back a while.
Well, he's accomplished. He just had his 650th win a few weeks ago. 657 wins now, 165 losses, 80% winning percentage. The assistant coaches for Ankeny include Dave Runchie, Rachel Henders, and Andy Fenn. And Denny Albertson, want to say shout out to him. He's watching, I'm sure, on CISN.TV. He has taken a sabbatical this year. Hopefully he'll be back next year as a volunteer coach. Let's take a look at the Jags. One guard, Bella Robin, a 5'8 senior, averaging just over 7 points, and leads the team with 7.5 rebounds. Show number 2. The other guard is Avery Porter. Porter, a 5'6 sophomore, averaging 5.5 points, leads the team with 2.5 assists. Show number 10. The other guard is Ellie Street, a 5'10 junior, averaging 4.5 points, leads the team with 19 steals and 9 blocks. And show number 40. And at one forward, Jackie Pippett, a 5'11 senior, averaging 7.5 points, leads the team with a 95% free throw percentage, and she will wear number 15. And the other forward is Maggie Phipps. Phipps, a 5'11 senior, averaging 19 points, and leads the team with points and made threes with 36 threes, and an 88% free throw shooter. The young lady is heading to Drake University next year after transferring from North Polk last year. So it'll be Robin, Porter, Pippett, Phipps, and Street, the 5 on the floor for the Jaguars. And now for the Dowling Catholic Maroons. They're wearing the white uniforms tonight. The head coach is Kristen Meyer in her 5th year, 86 wins, 23 losses, 11th year overall after coming over from Nevada. They will start Ella McVeigh, a 5'7 senior, along with Margaret Tobias, a 5'6 senior, and Maddie Wishman, a 5'7 senior, the 3 guards. Emma Gipple is a forward, 5'10 junior, wearing number 23, and Lexi Bowles, a center, number 35, a 6'2 senior. That's a look at our starting lineups. We're going to take a break and come back with the start of tonight's game, the tip-off. But first, a word from Dr. Dan Ryan, the president of Dowling Catholic High School, and our pregame prayer with Father Ryan Andrew here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.TV.
35 years in the automotive industry, I had the opportunity to build on the American dream, just like Henry Ford did over 100 years ago.
Introducing the all-new DeArmond Ford Indianola.
Like Ford Motor Company, we're a family-led business guided by our core values of hard work, trust, honesty, and integrity.
People drive to Indianola to buy Fords.
The all-new DeArmond Ford. DeArmondFord.com.
Built for America, sold by DeArmond Ford Indianola.
Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. Without question, the COVID-19 pandemic created many disruptive changes in our lives. Some of us got sick, jobs and income were compromised, it was difficult to even spend time with family and friends. But one thing hasn't changed, and that's Westside Auto Pro's commitment to quality service, and that will never change. We're here to make sure you get maximum performance and reliability from your vehicle. So as we all move forward, keep Westside Auto Pros in mind. You've been through enough. We'll make sure your car is the least of your worries.
Hi, I'm Chris with Fireplace Superstore. Fall's upon us and fireplace season is here, and you need a new Heat and Glow high-efficient gas direct vent. These are ideal for your new construction project, for your remodeling project, or for removing your old wood-burning fireplace and replacing it with a new Heat and Glow high-efficient gas direct vent. Come see us today at Fireplace Superstore, 10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
Back to the Dowling Catholic High School Gymnasium. Along with my broadcast partner, Steve DeVinny, I'm Mark Amadale. Coach DeVinny is indeed the Hall of Famer at Grandview University and Senior Vice President of Investments and Branch Manager, Raymond James and Associates. And so we've got an expert lineup, so I'm trying to describe to our listeners and our viewers tonight, Mr.
Mark,
DeVinny.
you're the Hall of Famer at Dowling. You're the softball Hall of Fame umpire. I'm just filling in. You guys asked me if I had a pulse, and I did. And so you gave me the job. But I sure enjoy it.
Well, we love having you around. As even some of the coaches that I've noticed. Coach Wilson, athletic director, talk about a future Hall of Famer. When Tom, whenever he decides to hang it up, they really like you. And so the basketball coaches. I'm impressed after having 3 kids go through here. Sometimes parents don't kind of leave that way, but not you, my friend.
Well, I just love these people. All the good they've done for my children.
We're underway here, Mr. DeVinny. Dowling and Centennial, Ankeny Centennial. The Jags come in with a record of 11-2. Dowling 9-4. The Maroons get the ball on the baseline. Shut up and good by Lexi Bowles. And kind of what you said earlier about keys to the game for Dowling.
What they call a straight line drive, and nobody came over to pick her up.
All right, Jaguars with the basketball. They're working inside. A shot up and no good by Maggie Phipps with an offensive rebound for the Jags and Jackie Pippett. They're working inside to Pippett. She spins, whirls against Bowles. Shot is blocked, but a foul called. And Lexi picks up her first foul of the contest. So team foul number 1 on Dowling.
Tough one.
Our officials tonight, Todd Savage, Scott Cook, and Dave Suttner. Free throws coming for Jackie Pippett. And the first one is up and good.
Now, did you say, Mark, that she's going to go play college softball? Volleyball or basketball?
Jackie is heading to Nyack to play basketball, but
Okay.
she played volleyball at Centennial.
Okay.
Second free throw good. Mr. DeVinny, we're tied at 2.
Her father played basketball on the south side at Lincoln High School years ago.
Oh, my goodness. That line of Pippets, all right. Yeah, there's quite a few of them. Dowling with the basketball. These with their 3 guards, McVeigh, Tobias, Wishman. With the basketball is Tobias. She's cut off. Maroons doing their dribble weave. Here's Bowles outside the 3-point arc. And now looks to spot up Kent. Now they post up McVeigh inside, and she draws the foul. Of course, this Ankeny defense, the Centennial defense, rather, is going to make the Maroons work. They get Porter for the foul. Avery with her first. Porter, a 5'6" sophomore. The Maroons will inbound the ball. So we've had a foul on each team in the first minute and 3 seconds. McVeigh throws it in, gets it to Bowles. Lexi now with Dowling going 4 out, 1 in. She leaves it for Tobias. Now gets it out to Gipple down the lane, underhand scoop shot, good. She went through some traffic to get that one down.
It's a big time drive right there by Emma.
Gipple with her first 2 points, 4-2 Dowling. Jags the other way.
In traffic.
Check. Now steal by Dowling. Gipple with the steal on the pass that time. Now pull-up jumper up and an offensive foul called to wipe the basket away from Gipple after she stole away from Jackie Pittman. So Emma with her first foul, second team foul on Dowling. Jaguars in their visiting dark uniforms, white numbers. They got the black on tonight, looks like.
Yep.
As they go left to right towards the north basket here at the Dowling gym. Of course, the Maroons, a home team, white uniforms with maroon numbers and trim. Both teams in man-to-man defense. Dowling stays man. They post up inside Piffett on the left side. Her shot is blocked by Bowles, and it's going out of bounds off Pippett. So it'll be Dowling basketball, and good defense that time by Lexi.
Yeah, very good defense. You know, when Pippett starts to drive, you take a deep breath and wonder if that might pick up her second foul on Lexi, but she stayed away from the body contact and blocked it off of Pippett and out of bounds for the Maroons.
Pippett at 5'11", a senior. Bowles at 6'2", and a senior. Here's McVeigh down the lane. Her shot up off the glass, good. Help defense that time by Centennial and Bella Robin, but McVeigh gets it to fall, and it's 6-2 Dowling. Maroons by 4.
Maroons have an early aggressive attitude, dribble drive penetration.
Here's Phipps, the Drake recruit, putting it in from the free throw line. Nice little dribble to get her game going, and Maggie Phipps averaging 19 points, leading Centennial. Cuts the score to 6-4 Dowling. 5:20 remaining, first quarter from the Dowling gym as we simulcast tonight on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. If you're watching on CISN, it's CISN.TV, the website. It's also on YouTube. Here's McVeigh down the lane again. Her shot up and no good, but drew the foul.
Looks like Pippett this time, I think.
It'll be a shooting foul also,
Yep,
Steve.
I think that's right.
And they are going to get...
on Street.
They're going to get Ellie Street, the third guard for Ankeny, who drew the foul. And McVeigh with the free throw that's good. She now has 3 points. Tonight's game here on Iowa Catholic Radio, brought to you in part by Mercy One, Kemen, and Dental Associates. Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny tonight. Second free throw no good. Robin with the rebound for Centennial, and now we go the other way with Phipps. Down the lane, she goes right side. Her shot up, partially blocked by Bowles. And the rebound put up by Ankeny. It's no good. Pippett had her shot blocked and out of bounds to Centennial. And so the Jags with some offensive rebounding there.
Yeah, good flurry, but the help defense had to come over, and then we were out of position for rebounds, and Centennial with 2 or 3 offensive rebounds. Now an illegal screen, I think.
Yep, they're going to get Bella Robin with the illegal screen. So both teams with 2 fouls each. Starting their substitution pattern. Julia Moore, 5'6" sophomore, averaging 4.5 points. And 20 steals on the year. Checks into the Dowling lineup. 13 foul on Ankeny, Centennial. And it's 7-4 Dowling. 4:45 remaining here in the first quarter. Moore, dribble handoff to McVeigh out beyond the 3-point line. Left wing. Now McVeigh dribbles to the right side. Backs in against Avery Porter. Now in the corner for Gipple. Pull-up jumper, no good. Fight for the rebound. And Pippett comes away with it for the Jags. Down court it goes to Porter. Top of the key to Robin. Robin, a bounce pass, and she thought Phipps was going to go one way. She went the other. Turnover against the Jaguars.
Yeah, excellent hand in the passing lane there by Julia Moore to cause that turnover. And as you say, they weren't sure if they were going to be a dribble handoff or it was going to be a backdoor cut. And the result is out of bounds in favor of the Maroons.
Dowling's done a good job of cutting their turnovers down. They were up near 18, 19 a game, and now Moore is guilty of a travel. So Julia turns it over for Dowling.
Probably should have handed the ball off there to Ella McVeigh. There were 2 defenders waiting for her.
McKenna Clark, number 11, checks in for Centennial, the 5'7" sophomore, averaging 6.5 points.
For the Maroons, Olivia Bailey just checked in for Lexi Bowles.
So the only gal and she's available tonight for Dowling, who's been in the rotation, Lauren Frerick, sat out a few games, injured her ankle in the game we did at Southeast Polk, but she is ready tonight to come off the bench and provide that spark for the Maroons. She has not been in yet. Here is Ellie Street with it. Dribble handoff goes to Phipps in the lane. Her shot off the glass, good. Maggie Phipps with her 4th point.
Very creative on the dribble.
7-6 Dowling. Phipps cuts the Dowling lead to 1. The Maroons now with the basketball. Now here's McVeigh, a catch and shoot from 3. It's no good. And Olivia Anderson in there for Ankeny with the rebound. So Coach DeYoung went to his bench, now whistling a foul in transition on Dowling.
That time Julia Moore got caught with the reach as opposed to moving her feet.
Now we're going to see Lexi Bowles check back in for Dowling as McVeigh and Gipple check out.
Margaret Tobias also checked back in.
And Tobias re-enters the lineup. She was a starter. Thank you, Steve. 3:20 remaining, first quarter, 7-6, Dowling Catholic with the lead. Now Fitz with a long three from left wing. It's no good. And it'll be out of bounds to Dowling as Moore had a hand in her face.
Yeah, good job by Julia there. She just didn't quite have her feet set, and so she came up short.
Julia Moore, 5'6" sophomore, of course. Her twin sister Sarah, number 11, may get to the game. Julia the left-hander and Sarah the right-hander now in the backcourt. Nearly losing the basketball was Tobias, but she tracks it down. Gets it to
what
Moore.
the Jags do to you.
Left side to Wishman, now to Moore on the baseline. Bounce pass inside, knocked away nicely by Olivia Anderson. Anderson, a 5'10" junior in the rotation for head coach Scott DeYoung. We haven't seen Lizzie Strom in there yet, number 24, but she is the other reserve that'll get into the rotation. Now a bad pass by Bailey, stolen away by Pippett. She drives down the lane, a layup is up and no good. Rebound Ankeny Centennial, a putback good by Olivia Anderson, who ran the floor well.
Didn't get her checked out there, checked off the boards rather, and easy putback.
So Centennial back to it has its first lead tonight of a 1-point lead with 2:35 remaining here in the first quarter. 8-7 Centennial over Dowling, and now we got a whistle and a foul on the Jags. As dribbling to the basket was the Maroons, and they're going to get McKenna Clark will pick up the foul, 5'7" sophomore. As Lizzie Strom now in the lineup for Centennial, 5'11" senior, 7 points. The only one missing right now is Cleo Murray, who is back. She was a starter last year, and she is in the lineup now, number 25, with the left knee on her left brace. And Maroons lob it into Bowles in the lane as she drew the foul.
Olivia Anderson, maybe?
Yep, her second.
12, Olivia Anderson, her first.
Or her first foul,
yeah,
excuse
yeah.
me. Thank you, Denny O'Grady. But Cleo Murray, what a story. She played her first game Friday night after blowing out her ACL and MCL this summer, and this is just her second game. And now Bowles is triple team and forces the tie-up.
Looks like that'll go back to the Jags.
That'll be a jump ball and a turnover for Dowling.
Yeah, good. When she put the ball on the floor, there were two other Jags that came over to help, and that was trouble.
Triple team.
Yeah.
8-7. Centennial with the lead. Jags in the front court, left to right in front of us, going towards the north basket here at the Dowling gym, which is partially full because of the restrictions. Now in the lane, a shot is blocked by Bowles, and that was Cleo Murray's shot. Rebound comes out to Dowling. There's Julia Moore with it, looking inside the Bowles. She's double teamed, splits the difference and scores. Strong move by Lexi Bowles, her 4th point.
Strong move is right, Mark. Big time strength to go through those two defenders and get the ball up off the glass.
That's a pull through and scored. Lexi did it really well from that left block. And now a catch and shoot for Phipps. It's no good from the left wing. Rebound Dowling and Bowles. Maroons in transition. They're looking up. Tobias with it underneath and lost it. And they say it went out of bounds off of Centennial and Lizzie Strom. So it'll be Dowling basketball.
Oh, what are they going to talk about? The clock went bad on us, Mark.
Oh, we lost everything.
We lost connectivity. I believe there should be in the neighborhood of about 1 minute left in the first quarter.
Can we go to replay?
Exactly.
Jeez, no, exactly. Well, they got to reboot the clock. I think they're going to go with a official's timeout. So we will too. I'm not sure how much time's in the clock.
There it is.
Got it back?
1:42. Yep.
1:42 remaining here in the first quarter. Dowling Catholic 9.
Did we lose?
Centennial 8, and it's all firing back up. And we're going to take
Coach Crandall, the sophomore football assistant coach.
We're going to take a 1-minute break and return here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
35 years in the automotive industry, I had the opportunity to build on the American dream, just like Henry Ford did over 100 years ago.
Introducing the all-new DeArmond Ford Indianola.
Like Ford Motor Company, we're a family-led business guided by our core values of hard work, trust, honesty, and integrity.
People drive to Indianola to buy Fords.
The all-new DeArmond Ford, DeArmondFord.com.
Built for America, sold by DeArmond Ford Indianola.
Iowans know that winter means snow, ice, and freezing temps. Severe weather can make the roads downright dangerous. Truck Equipment Incorporated has the toughest work equipment that can stand up to the harshest conditions. Look for Western brand snowplows, quality you can count on. Buy new or utilize our repair services. We'll order new parts for same-day pickup or delivery. And now you can shop from home with our virtual showroom. Go to truckequipment.com today.
And we're back here at the Dowling gym after the technical delay with the clocks going out here. Scoreboard's going out. Minute 13 remaining. Dowling Catholic 9. Ankeny Centennial 8. Mark Emmerdale, Steve DeVinny. Final 65 seconds, and now a steal by Cleo Murray as the Maroons were running their offense, and obviously Centennial playing tremendous defense, and they get loose and get the steal. And now a shot up and no good by Strom, and a whistle and a foul called on the rebound on Dowling. We're going to get Bowles for her second foul with 55 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. And free throws coming for Centennial. 14 foul on Dowling and 5 right now on Centennial here, Steve.
That's unfortunate. Good. Yeah, it appeared that Lexi Bowl on both of those foul calls was straight up and down, and unfortunately it didn't go that way for the Maroons.
Lauren Frericks for the first time tonight after missing a few games with an injured ankle into the lineup, number 31. Second free throw is no good by Olivia Anderson. And we're tied at 9. The ball is knocked out of bounds on the scuffle or the scramble rather for the rebound. It'll be Centennial basketball with Phipps to throw it in.
Lauren Frericks checked in for Bowles now because Bowles has 2.
There's Phipps with it, dribbles in the lane, step back on the free throw line, pull up jumper, good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Maggie Phipps with 6 first quarter points. And Centennial with the 2-point lead.
Excellent step back.
Dowling with the basketball. Here's Tobias with it. Tobias now out front after a Wishman dribble drive. And now a long three by Tobias. Up and no good. It hit the dead ball guy wire, if you will, the basket support. That's a dead ball out of bounds to Centennial with Ellie Street returning to the lineup and Cleo Murray sitting down. It's good to see Cleo back in there. She played a few minutes Friday night in her first game back, but missed all summer and obviously the early part of the season with that ACL, MCL, and that knee heavily braced, and rightly so. Those injuries are just devastating.
Yep. Always happy to see a young lady or young man get back before the season's over so they don't miss the entire season.
Here's Street with the 3. It's no good. Ball rattles around and picked up by Wishman. Here's Dowling with the ball. And McVeigh with it. She turns, shoots with the left hand. Good! A left-handed shot at the buzzer by Ella McVeigh. That's her glove hand, Steve.
Yeah. No, that was a big-time shot. And she had the presence of mind to know the situation and know how much time was on the clock.
And we're tied at 11. Dowling and Ankeny Centennial here at the Dowling Gym. Back in 1 minute here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.TV.
Aggressively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way, and from a safe distance away, delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile. Regardless of the times, our team remains committed to you.
Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's.
And we're underway here in the second quarter from the Dowling gym. Centennial and Dowling all tied up at 11, and a corner three up and no good by Maddie Wishman. Maroons get the offensive rebound, and a second opportunity, a shot no good by Lauren Frericks, who checked in right at the end of the first quarter, and Centennial comes away with the rebound. And now McVeigh ties up Pippett right at the free throw line. It'll be Centennial basketball. As Steve DeVinny, both teams tied at 11 at the end of one quarter play. Dowling was 1 for 1 at the free throw line, and Centennial 3 of 4. Team fouls now. Centennial with 5, Dowling with 4. Inbounds play, and a nice pass that time from Phipps as she found Pippett for the basket.
Screen the screener. We got caught in the screen.
Centennial leads 13-11, largest lead. Dowling's led by 4 in that first quarter. Centennial has led by 2, which they do now. Dowling in the front court, right to left, towards the south basket here at the Dowling gym. The basketball is Tobias. Leaves it for Frericks in the lane and loses it out of bounds.
Yep. As she was dribble penetrating, they got a hand on the ball, and then she just kind of panicked and tried to get it to the girl in the corner. I think that one might have been Wishman. Credit so far tonight to Ella McVeigh. Boy, she's been everywhere. Offensive rebound, hands in the passing lanes. Led the team with that first quarter with 5 points out of the team's 11. She's really been a spark plug these last few games, and she's picked up her scoring too.
All right, Centennial with the basketball. This is Bella Robin back in there. Moves it over for Ella Street. Here a little dribble weave. Here's Porter with it. Avery the pass on the right side to Phipps. This is Maggie on the baseline. Cut off nicely by Tobias of Dowling. Now a long three by Phipps is no good. Out of bounds to Dowling. Julia Moore checking into the Dowling lineup, and she'll replace Margaret Tobias. Steve, I want to mention some other games going on tonight. These will be 6:15 starts. Lincoln is at Johnston, a girl-boy doubleheader. Ames at Southeast Polk. That's also on CISN tonight. Roosevelt at Urbandale and Hoover at Ankeny, as we have a whistle and a foul as Dowling takes the ball up, and Avery Porter will pick up her second foul. Now, boys only game, second-ranked Waukee traveling to Bellevue, Nebraska, taking on the number 2 team out of Nebraska and the number 23 team nationally, Bellevue West, with a record of 18-1. That's a 6 o'clock tip-off. And then another boys only game, Mason City at number 3 Valley tonight. That'll be a 6:30 start at the Bill Coldiron Fieldhouse at Valley High School. So that's getting you up to date on what's going on in the CIML tonight. Dowling with the ball. Here's McVeigh in the lane. Her shot up, no good. Ball tipped into the hands of Centennial. Done nicely by Robin. Bella Robin with the tip right into her teammate's hands. Now here's McKenna Clark. Pull-up jumper, good. Clark, the sophomore, with a nice basket there. She has 2 points.
Yeah, good-looking player. I mean, you can tell that she's lacks a little bit of experience, what some of the other kids have, but she's made some good basketball plays so far tonight.
Last foul on Centennial was their 6th team foul. Now a corner three up and no good by Frericks. The ball goes out of bounds to Centennial.
That's too bad.
Jags with their largest lead right now of 4 points.
Yeah, they're going to keep grinding on you. They're going to play good defense. Maroons have had some good looks from beyond the arc, but so far unable to make any of those threes. They don't have a three-pointer yet so far tonight.
All right, Jaguars with it. And, of course, they have it in their front court now. Here's Pippett with the shot. It's no good. Offensive rebound and put back up and in. That is Ellie Street, the 5'10 junior, with the basket.
Yeah, with Lexi Bowles and those 2 fouls on the bench, there's not quite the defensive presence down there in the paint to guard the rim.
Dowling with the ball. This is McVeigh. Frericks has taken Lexi's spot. We've also seen Olivia Bailey in that spot, so we'll see what happens here. Now a pull-up jumper by Julia Moore is off the mark, no good. Dowling is wet cold, and the rebound will be Dowling's out of bounds. It was tipped out of bounds. We've got a timeout on the floor called by Dowling, and it'll be a 30-second timeout I'm seeing, and we'll go with that. 5:09 remaining here in the second quarter, 17-11. Ankeny Centennial with the lead over Dowling Catholic. This is the Jaguars' largest lead of 6 points with 5:09 left to go in the second quarter. And Steve DeVinny, your thoughts this far? You talked about your keys to the game. We talked earlier about some of the things, but Ankeny's going to wear on you. They're going to pick you up full court and try to wear you down.
You just have a tendency, and I've been watching Scott's teams for 30 years, but when you play against the Jaguars, all of a sudden your shots feel a little bit rushed. their defensive players are on you a little bit quicker than most other defensive opponents that you've played so far this year. It's why he has 80% winning percentage in his career, and this is his trademark. It's just great defense.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, and Kemen. Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny tonight as Dowling inbounds the ball, and it's tapped away by Centennial. They're always getting a hand in the passing lane. Jags come in, giving up just 33.2 points per contest. That's number 1 in Class 5A in defense. So see if Dowling can overcome that. And here's Frerichs to the lane. Her shot no good, but Gipple with the offensive putback and basket. Emma Gipple with just her 4th point here in the first half, 17-13 Jaguars.
Important drive there by Frerichs.
Now with the basketball, it's Cleo Murray. Her shot's no good. Rebound Dowling. Here's Julia Moore with them. Maroons want to transition. Ankeny Centennial gets back on defense. Julia in the lane. Now it's cut off from the left block. Gets it out to McVeigh with 4.5 remaining in the half. There's Moore with it. Dribble drives. Gets in the corner to Frerichs. Tries to get it back to the top of the key to Wishman, and it's going to be over and back as Wishman tracks it down right in front of Cleo Murray.
Here comes Lexi Bowles back with 4:24 to go in the second quarter. Coach taking a little bit of a risk here, and she'll replace Lauren Frerichs.
Now, Fran McCaffrey wouldn't do this at Iowa. He just leaves those guys. 2 fouls, you're automatically done for a half.
I think that's right over in Iowa City. They've been struggling a little bit lately, haven't they?
Well, yeah. But
lost 4 out of 5.
A little different here. We're going to see Lexi come in and play with 2 fouls. Guarantee you. The veteran
Excellent.
Coach DeYoung. And now a steal by Dowling. McVeigh kept that alive, tips it to her teammate. Tobias with the layup. It's no good with the left hand. And a foul on Centennial. And they're going to get McKenna Clark for her second foul. That'll be a 17th foul on Ankeny Centennial.
Who was that on, Clark?
Clark, yep. That's her second. Dowling with 14 fouls with 4:20 remaining here in the second quarter.
Big time tip again there too, Mark, by Ella McVeigh.
And the free throw good by Tobias. That's her first point of the night. Margaret Tobias, a 78% free throw shooter on the year. Second free throw coming, and it's good.
Margaret.
2 for 2 at the line is Tobias. Want to thank Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, and Dental Associates for supporting our broadcast all season long on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny. Now Phipps in the lane. She has it stolen away by Julia Moore, and the ball is loose on the floor, picked up by Gipple. Emma with it, waits her teammates to clear, and gets it to McVeigh with just under 4 minutes remaining, and Dowling a chance to tie or take the lead as they trail by 2 here, Steve.
Yeah, good defense on that other end of the court there. Getting the hand down on the dribble, and then everybody going to the floor to try to get the loose ball. Great hustle by the Maroons.
Ellie Street set the check in for Ankeny, number 40. Here's Bowles. She's converged on the lane, leaves it for Moore. Julia looking inside, now getting in the corner. That's Gipple with it. And up top to Moore. On the handoff, here's Tobias. Looks in the lane, is cut off nicely by McKenna Clark. Out to McVeigh.
Maroons doing a good job of patience, and Centennial Jags doing a great job on defense.
Here's Gipple with it. Emma spins in the lane, now has the ball deflected out of her hand. Backdoor cut by McVeigh. Reverse layup, no good. Fight for the rebound. Moore in there, and finally taken away by Pippett and Ankeny Centennial. Good flurry there.
We haven't used the word dog fight, but that's always what you get when you get Scott DeYoung's teams.
Here's Pippett, a nice move right around Bowles. Layup good. Jackie Pippett with her 6th point tonight.
Lexi had to be a little bit cautious with that second foul, and so she just made her shoot over the top and give Pippett credit for converting.
Yeah, Lexi's kind of hampered. They get the ball down low. She just has to be a statue and put her hands up. And now Bowles in the lane. A shot off the glass, good with the right hand. Lexi Bowles.
Incredible. Really, really hard to stop when she gets her head of steam going down the middle of the lane like that.
She went through 3 defenders. Now pull-up jumper by Phipps is no good. Weak side rebound. Comes out to Murray, and a long 3. It's no good by McKenna Clark. Rebound Bowles. Outlet pass to Moore. 19-17. Centennial by 2, and now Moore down the lane, and she draws the foul with the left hand. Layup was no good.
Number 11.
Clark with her 3rd. That's McKenna Clark off the bench for head coach Scott DeYoung. Not a very deep bench for Ankeny Centennial.
Yeah.
But it has gotten better. Cleo Murray has gotten some minutes. They're trying to get her in a few times. So they've got a 9th player now in their rotation. And Moore's first free throw, no good. Julia looking for her first points of the evening. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Mercy One, Kemen, and Construction Professionals. Reminder, at halftime, we'll catch up with Dowling head boys basketball coach Michael Connor will join us, or a member of the coaching staff. Will it be Jimmy Nahas or Nick Wagner?
Well, you never know. OC was out with that protocol for COVID, so maybe these other guys have taken over the leadership of the team. Who knows?
You know, he could have got Wally pipped like I did by Joe Stacy. That anything's possible.
I understand that Joe sent down his resume to Iowa Catholic Radio last week trying to take your spot.
I'm wondering why I have a meeting on Monday. Do I have to turn in everything, including my key? Thanks, Mr. Deviney.
Unbelievable.
Here's Strom with it. Lizzie has a ball stolen away by Dowling's Maddie Wishman. Centennial by 1 with 1:55 left in the half. Dowling, though, with the basketball. Here's Bowles coming off a ball screen by McVeigh, and it's stolen away by Lizzie Strom, and she goes to the basket with a spin move in a lane and a score.
That was a beautiful move by Strom. My goodness.
Lizzie, a 5'11" senior with a steal and spin and basket with the layup.
That was pretty.
Yes, it was. 21-18, Centennial by 3. Minute and a half remaining in the half. Dowling with the ball. Tobias underneath the Bowles, and her shot up and good as Bowles got around Ellie Street.
What an excellent pass there by Tobias.
8 points for Bowles. 21-20. Centennial by 1. And this is Strom, and they're going to get it for the travel.
So far, Mark, this has been everything that we thought it would be.
You know, it has, Steve.
Good decision by Coach Meyer to get Bowles out of the game with 1:11 to go in quarter 2. Prevent her from getting that third. That's a good decision.
I think Dowling trailed by 6 when they put her in.
Yep.
That's the most Dowling has trailed tonight. Centennial has trailed by 4. That was early in the first quarter, and they have had the lead or near it. 65 seconds remaining in the first half. Dowling with the basketball. Centennial playing that close grip, man-to-man defense they do so well under Coach DeYoung. We talked about. Here's Gipple with it. Now underneath it, not looking for the basketball was Lauren Fredericks, but somehow she gets it after it was deflected.
Little screen and roll. Gipple said, Lauren!
And no eye contact. Now dribbling in the lane is Tobias. Leaves it for Fredericks. She dribbles to the other side. Over in the corner, that is Wishman for 3, and it's good! Maddie Wishman with her 27th made 3 of the year and gives Dowling a 2-point lead.
Yeah, first 3-pointer of the night for the Maroons, and not surprised it would come from her.
25 seconds remaining in the first half. 23-21, Dowling by 2. Pull-up jumper in the lane, no good by Anderson. Fight for the rebound. Ball's on the floor, bodies on the floor, and picked up by Maggie Phipps and now Centennial. As you can hear Coach DeYoung yelling through his face mask, hey, let's play for one shot, 8 seconds. Now ball screen by Anderson. Here's Phipps rolling in the lane, pull-up jumper up and off the rim, no good. Weak side rebound, Gipple. And we go to halftime with Dowling Catholic leading Ankeny Centennial 23-21. And what a second quarter that was, Mr. Steve Deviney, as Dowling, after a 11-11 first quarter tie, the Maroons take the lead at halftime by 2.
Yeah, excellent first half. Highly contested, very, very physical. Maroons were able to get to halftime without Lexi picking up her third. That's a big deal. And so, yeah, it should be a heck of a second half, and it's exactly as it's playing out how we thought it would.
Well, we're at halftime, and Dowling outscoring Ankeny Centennial 12-10 in that second quarter. Dowling Catholic leads at 23-21. The Maroons ranked 9th with a record of 9-4 in Class 4A out of the CIML Central Conference. And Ankeny Centennial ranked 5th with a record of 11-2. They come out of the CIML's Iowa Conference. And it's Dowling leading at halftime 23-21. And we'll take a break and come back here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.TV.
Hi, I'm Chris with Fireplace Superstore. Fall's upon us and fireplace season is here, and you need a new Heat and Glow high-efficient gas direct vent. These are ideal for your new construction project, for your remodeling project, or for removing your old wood-burning fireplace and replacing it with a new Heat and Glow high-efficient gas direct vent. Come see us today at Fireplace Superstore, 10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
Central Bank opened its doors in 1877 and has been proud to call Iowa home ever since. For more than a century, our family-owned business has worked hand-in-hand with friends and neighbors across the state to make their dreams a reality. Come visit us at our new location on Hickman and Waukee and see how Central Bank can make it happen for you.
Catholic Gymnasium alongside Steve DeVinny. I'm Mark Amadeo. Halftime of the girls contest, and it is Dowling 23, Ankeny Centennial 21. I'm now joined by the assistant coach. Well, he was a co-head coach there for a while OC was on a COVID protocol, and that is Nick Wagner. And Coach, thanks for joining us. I know you're getting ready for Centennial, and my former coach that I used to coach with, Bob Fontana's team, and he gave me all the details last night, but I said I wouldn't share anything. He just wants to win. That's how it goes. But welcome.
Yeah, but thanks, Mark. Good to be here.
Hey, I got hats off to you and Jimmy Nahas while OC was on COVID protocol. Matter of fact, he went on protocol after I was on it. You guys did a tremendous job handling the team for those 2 weeks. I know it had to be difficult for Mike, but as he told us, you got to have good assistants. And Jimmy and yourself do a great job. And I know you both have full-time jobs and have a lot of stuff behind the scenes, families and that. Thanks for all you do. I mean, you've been here 1 year less than Coach O'Connor, 14 years, and thank you for all you do, Nick. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thank you. It was an experience without Coach, but he obviously wasn't as impacted as some of his family members. So Coach had a lot of time to watch film and get scouts put together, and all Coach Nahas and I had to do were come and coach, practice, and then coach him during the game. So we were fortunate in that regard.
Well, senior night's over, so that was quite the ordeal. 10 seniors, and I told OC this. There's not a whole lot of times where unless a senior's in the rotation, then the following year is senior year, he probably won't be out. That's not the case at Dowling. You've got kids that just love being out, and they know their role. Practice, maybe it's a spot duty in games, or maybe a starter. These kids know their role, and that's always emotional on senior night. You just had that last Friday.
Yeah, we have a lot of good seniors, good kids that are fun to coach, multiple personalities, but I tell you what, we're fortunate to have the kids that we do, like a lot of other schools, but it's just a little different over here, and we have a lot of fun at practice, and we got to rein them in sometimes because they like to have too much fun during practice, but for the most part, it's a blessing to have these type of kids in this program.
Assistant Coach Nick Wagner is my guest here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.TV. You can wave to the camera. You're on live. So, and Nick, obviously you take on Ankeny Centennial. We know that Centennial's in a different sub-state, but Coach Fontana may have the toughest sub-state. This is the only time we meet him this year. Usually it's a home and home with Centennial and Ankeny and Ames. This year they switched the conferences around, so you only meet him once. And talk about this matchup tonight with Centennial. Obviously they've got some players, that Cruz kid and McAleer, they can shoot the ball. But as Bob told me last night, Coach Fontana, they don't have the size to match up with Dowling.
Yeah, but, their guards are really good. I mean, Cruz has been there for this is his third year. McAleer played a lot last year, so they have really good guard play. And so what we have as a size advantage, they probably have, from experience from a guard standpoint. So with Cruz and with McAleer, they have two proven guards. And so we're going to be tested on the perimeter. And, yes, we will have a size advantage, but that also poses issues for us defensively, because we'll have to have our bigs, Jack and Ryan, Andrew and Jalen will have to come out from outside the post, and they'll have to guard on the perimeter, and that's going to challenge us tonight.
Cruz, I know, is battling an ankle injury. He's going to play, but he'll be limited. And then they lost one of their top subs, Caden Kelling. Remember his brother played for him, Preston, a year ago, and he's out with an ankle injury, so they won't be able to go to – they got a little bit shorter bench tonight. But for Dowling, getting Matt Riedel back, I know he had 1 point on senior night, but just seeing him out there had to give the team a lift, and Matt a lift after he was off for a couple weeks with COVID protocol.
Yeah, Coach made a good point the other day. We haven't been together as a team since the Ames game, so that was 2-3 weeks ago. Finally, we got everybody back tonight, or Friday, I guess, and then, Matt's got a couple practices under his belt since. So, we feel good where we're at right now coming down the stretch. But it's just important that we continue to get better, and we come out and play well tonight against a really good Centennial team, despite, the kids that they may have that are a little limited or out of the lineup, they're still talented enough, and it's going to be a tough test.
Again, we're visiting with Nick Wagner. He's the boys' assistant basketball coach at Dowling Catholic here at halftime of the girls' contest as the Dowling girls lead Centennial 23-21. And Nick, last Friday night, Dowling come away. You avenged the loss at Urbandale. You beat him here on senior night 65-47. Knocked down 12 threes, but more importantly, and this I think is the stat of maybe the month, only 9 turnovers. You've been up there 15 to 20 turnovers on the year, averaging about 17. You knocked it down to 9 on Friday. That had to be a big uplift when you talk to the kids on Saturday or Sunday.
We've noticed that, trend the last 3 or 4 games that we've been taking care of it better. And watching us this year, there are times where we struggle to score. And when we struggle to score, plus we turn it over, we put ourselves at a significant disadvantage. And so the more that we can take care of it, the more that we can value the basketball, the better opportunity we're going to have to stay away from those droughts, or to where our opponent has more opportunities to extend a lead or to cut into a lead. So taking care of the ball is huge for us, and that just comes down to decision making. And we're leaning on some seniors now down the stretch to really continue that trend as we get down into the sub-state in the final 4 or 5 games of the year.
Well, that'll lead me to the keys to the game tonight. I mean, Dowling's kind of decided this series. Since Centennial started basketball, the Maroons are 6-3 against Centennial. You guys split last year, each winning on your home court. You only meet once this year. What are some of the keys to the game that you're looking to as part of the coaching staff at Dowling in the game with Centennial tonight?
Well, we got to match their intensity. They're going to come out. They're going to play extremely hard at both ends. We're going to have to get back in transition, force them to play 5-on-5 in the half court. I think if we can do that, we really like our chances. And then, the other item is we're going to have to go ahead and establish the post. We're going to have to get the basketball down inside, try to utilize our size. And then if they're going to double team or they're going to front the post, then we have to make sure we identify that and look to kick it out. Because as you said on Friday, we had guys that we knocked down 12 threes. We know we have capable shooters, but we just like to work it inside out. And if we can do that.
I'm Dr. Katie here at Exemplar Care Urgent Care, the Des Moines Metro's first 24/7 urgent care. That means here at Exemplar Care, we're always here. If you want to get tested for COVID, you can simply just go to our website and sign up. We offer different types of testing for whatever your needs are, and we offer it in whatever situation you find yourself, whether it's you have symptoms, whether you don't have symptoms, whether you have a family get-together, whether you're actually traveling again. Here at Exemplar Care, we have really found ourselves an expert in testing for businesses. You can go to our website, exemplar.care, and fill out contact information there. But really what we can offer businesses is the ability to stay open, stay safe, and stay COVID-free. In addition to being tested for COVID, we also do everything we can to make this as safe of an experience as it can be, whether you have COVID or you don't have COVID. We want you to feel safe getting the medical care and the treatment that you need. Exemplar Care Urgent Care will open officially February 15th, and we are excited. We are going to be the first 24/7 urgent care here in the Des Moines metro area. That means it doesn't matter what time of day it is, we are here for you. Exemplar Care Urgent Care. We are located at 7300 Westtown Parkway. That's just off Jordan Creek.
Jim, as we're underway here in the third quarter, Dowling 23, Centennial 21. Now corner three up and no good by the Maroons, and now offensive rebound put back by Gipple is no good. Ball slapped around, and now we got a whistle and a turnover in the back court. So lots of things happening. Mark Embadale, Steve DeVinny here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.TV. Maroons with quite a flurry there and couldn't get the shot to fall. They do force the turnover in the back court. Now the Maroons now losing the ball. That is Tobias having the ball stolen away from her. And here's Centennial in the front court. Phipps with a pull-up jumper right elbow, no good. Rebound Dowling and Ella McVeigh. McVeigh guarded by Ellie Street in the front court. Dowling with their offense. Maroons in the first half. As they get the ball inside to Bowles. Her shot is no good. And the rebound cleared out of there by Centennial. Dowling led by as many as 4. Centennial led us by as many as 6 in the first half. And the Jags with it here. They switch baskets going towards the south basket here at Dowling. Jaguars in their road black uniforms with white numbers. A three-pointer no good by Phipps, and now a whistle and a jump ball called as Gipple with the rebound there, Mr. DeVinny.
Yep, the Maroons had the ball to start the second half, and so it'll go back to the Jaguars at their end of the floor. First minute and a half, both teams have had some good looks, but no points yet. Number 40.
And
Street.
That is Ellie Street with the basket, and we're tied at 23. So Street with her 4th point tonight. Dowling with the ball. Bodies hit the floor. Now a steal by Avery Porter. Jags with a 2-on-1. They get it to Robin. Her shot up and no good. Blocked out of bounds by Lexi Bowles.
Nice to have her back in there with only 2 fouls. She is an amazing shot blocker with her height and her agility in there.
Yeah, Lexi came back and played the last couple of minutes with 2 fouls after being on the bench most of that second quarter. But coach saw enough. Now a turnover by Centennial. Dowling with the basketball. They go towards the north basket here at the Dowling gym. Here is Gipple, guarded tightly by Robin. Picks up her dribble, gets it up top to Lexi Bowles, who's guarded by Pippett. The Maroons will start their offense. Top of the key is Margaret Tobias. Tobias picks up her dribble against Ellie Street. 5:40 remaining, third quarter, tied at 23 in this top 10 matchup between Dowling and Ankeny Centennial. The Maroons ranked 9th, Centennial ranked 5th in Class 5A, the large schools here in the state of Iowa. Now Gipple in the lane, and she has the ball knocked out of bounds. Might have been blocked out of bounds by Robin.
Yep, number 2. Bella Robin with the block shot. Tobias is out of the game to take a breather. In comes Julia Moore, and the rotation continues for the Maroons.
Dowling was 4 out of 5 at the free throw line in the first half. Centennial was 3 of 4 at the line.
Gipple just made about a 14-footer, and the Centennial Jags have let her have that shot all night.
Well,
so she's
Gipple had made 1 3 all year. They're going to let her have the outside shot, and now we got traveling called on Bella Robin, turnover against Centennial. But that is something I noticed in the Dowling half-court offense in the first half is Gipple was out beyond the three-point arc, and Centennial sagged off her because she's only knocked down 1 3. That was a big, important basket for her.
It was a good 14-footer, and they left her unguarded, and she knocked it down.
All right, here's McVeigh with it as Maroons run their dribble weave. Wishman over to McVeigh for 3. No good. Good hustle that time. Julia Moore, she actually takes out a cheerleader and herself.
Excellent hustle.
Saved into the hands of Centennial. And they drive down, and the ball's poked out of bounds. Robin, or rather Porter, had it knocked away by McVeigh.
Let's hope the cheerleader's okay. She's back at it.
That's what we're looking for. You always want to do that. Dowling was led by Lexi Bowles at halftime with 8 points. Emma Gipple had 4. She now has 6 points. 1 point for Julia Moore, 3 points for Maddie Wishman, 2 points for Margaret Tobias, and 5 points for Ella McVeigh. The Dowling scoring in the first half as here's a shot with the left hand, no good by Robin. Ball tracked down by Pippett. Jackie feeds it underneath to Porter. That's stolen away by Dowling.
Excellent effort both sides, but a little bit sloppy.
Maroons in the front court. They get it over to Moore. She'll shoot the 3 and miss everything. No good, too strong. And Gipple with the putback on the weak side, and her shot is no good, draws the foul.
Looks like that'll be on Pippett.
And it'll be her first foul, and the first foul of the second half on Centennial with 4:22 remaining. Here in the third quarter, Mark Amadeo, Steve DeVinny from the Dowling gym. Gipple's first free throw is no good.
Emma known for her offensive rebound prowess, and she was on the glass again that time.
Leads the team with averaging 9 rebounds a game. Second free throw by Emma is good. She now has 7 points. And now a steal by McVeigh. Layup is no good. And the rebound out to Street, who had the ball stolen away from her, now whistling a foul on Dowling.
Is that Gipple?
I think they're going to get Emma for her second. Now we got a timeout called by Scott DeYoung and the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars.
That's a 30.
And we'll keep it here with 4:13 remaining. Here in the third quarter, it's 26-23, Dowling Catholic leading by 3 over Centennial. Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny. And we want to thank our group here, Devin Taylor and our producer, and Jeff Stark, our cameraman for CISN. And, of course, back at the Iowa Catholic Radio Studios, we want to thank Jeff Piggott and Brady Grimm, who help us out with the broadcast tonight on the radio side. That guy there is Steve DeVinny, the Hall of Famer from Grandview, investment banker, all and everything else he does, and coach. How about this timeout by Coach DeYoung? What do you think he was trying to get across to his team?
They've turned it over 3 or 4 times early here in the second half. Unfortunately, Ella McVeigh could not convert that layup after the steal. Had she converted that, it would have been a 5-point deficit. So I'd probably just try to hold the troops together and see if they can't run a good set here in the half court.
Well, Ella was our guest at halftime of the boys' game last Friday night, and the senior night win for Dowling over Urbandale. Now pull-up jumper good by Pippett after a nice offensive run that time by half-court set that time by Centennial.
Yeah, little dribble weave, and they came over off of Pippett to help on the dribble, and she was wide open for a 15-footer on the baseline.
Pippett with 8 points in the contest. And now Dowling with the basketball. Maggie Phipps had 6 points for Centennial at halftime. Pippett had 6 points at halftime, now has 8. Olivia Anderson off the bench with 3. 2 points from McKenna Clark. Avery Porter has not scored, and neither has Bella Robin for Centennial. Lizzie Strom off the bench for 2. And Ella Street had 2 at halftime. She now has 4. And we've got a whistle and a foul on Centennial. That'll be on Ellie Street, her second. Second team foul on Centennial, 1 on Dowling here in the second half.
Good aggressive dribble there by Margaret Tobias to draw the foul.
26-25, Dowling by 1 here in this girls contest. Approaching the 3-minute mark here in the third quarter. Again, these two teams were CIML Central Conference rivals until they rotated them again. And Centennial now part of the Iowa Conference. Now a 3-pointer by McVeigh, up and in and out, no good. Offensive rebound, Gipple, and the ball is blocked by Robin on the rebound.
Excellent flurry, both sides, good effort.
Centennial with the basketball. They swing it over to Phipps. She dribbles baseline, goes on the baseline. Now Centennial rotates the ball around. They get it out to Pippett.
Boy, good defensive recovery by the Maroons. That was big.
It's a page out of the Centennial book, and now a backdoor cut, and the ball is thrown away. They try to hit Ellie Street with the backdoor cut, and it's out of bounds.
Ellie Street, unfortunately, ran into Bowles. And she wasn't going to move her, so the ball errantly was out of bounds and back to the Maroons.
Let's take a look at some foul trouble here. Porter has 3 fouls for Centennial. McKenna Clark, 3 fouls for Centennial. And 2 fouls for Ellie Street. For Dowling, Bowles has 2. Gipple with 2. 2:15 remaining here in the third quarter. Down the lane, Bowles with a shot. It's too strong, no good. Rebound out to Avery Porter and the Jaguars.
Good defense there by Pippett to prevent the drive.
Dowling by 1. We've been on that score for a few minutes here, Mr. DeVinny.
Yep.
Now this is Phipps in the lane. Pull-up jumper off the glass, too strong. Pippett with the rebound. She had it stolen away by Julia Moore of Dowling.
Excellent hands there by Julia. Not giving up on the board.
Moore to her right, and she's going to be guilty of the travel. There's Julia Moore, Margaret Tobias, and Maddie Wishman, along with Emma Gipple and Lexi Bowles. The 5 on the floor for Dowling.
Got to be careful on those dribble penetrations. As aggressive as the Maroons are being, they have to come to a jump stop and make sure they retain possession.
Bella Robin, McKenna Clark, and Ellie Street for Centennial. As Robin has it at the high post. Also in there, Maggie Phipps, and the ball stolen away by Moore, and a foul on Phipps at half court.
Excellent play there by Julia Moore. My goodness.
Phipps picks up the foul for Centennial. That's her first. 3rd team foul on the Jaguars.
Big-time hustle play by Julia. It really was.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've seen Ankeny struggle to run their offense. A page out of Scott DeYoung's Centennial playbook on defense. Yeah, we see some hustle plays. Julia Moore's been all over the court. So is McVeigh.
Tobias, yeah, take your pick.
Yeah, here's Gipple with it on the right block. She's double teamed. Her shot up might have been partially blocked. Ball slapped around and into the hands of McKenna Clark. Centennial with the ball. Clark, pass down low to Olivia Anderson. She leaves it for Ellie Street, and a layup is good. Nice give and go that time by Centennial.
And that time the Jaguars just beat the Maroons back down the floor.
27-26, Centennial by 1 with 55 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Here's Gipple with it. Dribbles the left side. Double team. Looking for help. Gets it to Bowles. Steps out of the lane. Pull-up jumper, right elbow. Good. Gets the roll.
She can do that from 15 feet all day if you let her open.
Bowles with 10 points. The first player from either team in double figures. Dowling by 1. 35 seconds. And again, McVeigh almost with a steal. It's knocked out of bounds as Ellie Street was the intended receiver. Sounds like a football term.
Yeah, I don't know if we keep statistical stuff on deflections and hands in passing lanes, but McVeigh, I think she might lead the state in that category. She's been all over it.
Yeah, they do, but they don't tell us. I think each team has a little unrecorded stat chart that only the coaches know. Help defense was another one we used to grade them on.
Oh, yeah.
I see Coach Fontana's grading chart.
I'll tell you
plus
what.
Minus.
Yeah, Julia's doing a great job on Phipps, their leading scorer.
Down on the right side, Ellie Street dribbles baseline for Centennial. Her shot's no good. Rebound Dowling with 15 seconds remaining. And now McVeigh with it. She has a shot blocked out of bounds, and McVeigh hits the deck.
I'm not sure she was aware of the situation with time on the clock. She went to the rack with about 11 or 12 seconds, and fortunately the Maroons will retain possession with 9.2 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Gipple returns to the Dowling lineup. She'll replace Julia Moore. 9.2 seconds remaining. Dowling by 1 and the basketball. The Maroons will go to a 1-4 set. They get it into Gipple as they get it to Wishman. Back to Gipple, top of the key with 4 seconds.
Emma Smith
go down the lane. She goes. Her shot up, partially blocked and blocked by Robin. She drew the foul. Bella Robin with her foul, and that'll be his second. And free throws coming with 6/10 of a second remaining.
Yep.
Here in the third quarter, Steve.
Yep, aggressive play usually ends up benefiting your squad, and that's exactly what Gip did. Took it hard to the rack as the time was running out.
First free throw good by Gipple. She's 2 for 3 tonight at the line. She now has 8 points. Second free throw good. 9 points for Gipple.
Those are big, Mark, right before the quarter.
And Clark can't get the shot off, so we've come to the end of 3 quarters of play with the score. Dowling Catholic 30. Ankeny Centennial 27 from the Dowling Gym tonight. CIML non-division basketball along with Steve DeVinny. I'm Mark Amadale, and you're listening. And we'll go to the fourth quarter here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.TV.
Hi, I'm Chris with Fireplace Superstore. Fall's upon us and fireplace season is here, and you need a new Heat and Glow high-efficient gas direct vent. These are ideal for your new construction project, for your remodeling project, or for removing your old wood-burning fireplace and replacing it with a new Heat and Glow high-efficient gas direct vent. Come see us today at Fireplace Superstore, 10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
Central Bank opened its doors in 1877 and has been proud to call Iowa home ever since. For more than a century, our family-owned business has worked hand-in-hand with friends and neighbors across the state to make their dreams a reality. Come visit us at our new location on Hickman and Waukee and see how Central Bank can make it happen for you.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale, Steve DeVitti, underway in the fourth quarter as 9th-ranked Dowling leading 5th-ranked Ankeny Centennial Jaguars 30-27. Top 10 matchup. These two teams in the CIML Class 5A. They meet once during the regular season now. And what a game we saw. Low-scoring game. Now Maroons inside the Lexi Bowles, and we've got 3 seconds in the lane on Bowles. Probably would have been better off shooting it if she wouldn't have got that 3-second call.
Yeah. Did a good job of reading the defense as they collapsed on her to throw it out to Wishman, who made the 3-point attempt, but it was waved off because of 3 seconds on Lexi.
Well, Centennial's 3 of 4 at the free throw line. That was all in the first quarter. They have not shot a free throw in the second and third quarters, and now we're underway here in the fourth quarter. Dowling is 7 of 9 at the free throw line, as Maroons went 3 of 4 in that third quarter, all by Emma Gipple, who has 9 points for the Maroons. Lexi Bowles leads Dowling in scoring with 10 points. Jaguars with it. Here's Bella Robin with it. Ball nearly stolen away by the Maroons as they retain possession. Here's Pippett, a 10-footer in the left baseline. Good. Jackie Pippett with her 10th point.
Give her credit for making that wide open 15-footer again. She's knocked him down.
Dowling with the ball. Corner 3, no good by Dowling's Maddie Wishman. Long rebound out to Bowles on the weak side. Gets it to Julia Moore, to Gipple. Bowles trying to post up inside, can't do it. She's working against Pippett. That's been quite the matchup tonight.
Yeah, both kids have played well for their teams.
Dowling by 1 in the lane. Moore, her shot up and it rolls off the rim, no good. They were going to count it. It goes off the rim and a foul on Centennial.
Looks like Porter.
That'll be her third rather.
Yeah, no, I agree. Julia Moore, excellent dribble penetration. That's what, against aggressive defensive teams, you have to be very, very north and south oriented.
Moore misses the free throw. She's a 54% free throw shooter on the year. Julia, one of 2 twins in the team. Her twin sister, Sarah, is the right-handed twin.
The right-handed version.
The version. Julia the left. She makes the second free throw. That's her first point of the night. It's 31-29, Dowling by 2, and now Pippett, or rather Phipps in the front court. For Centennial, guarded by Julia Moore. Dribble handoff to Porter. Get it to Pippett. Now handoff over to Cleo Murray, who's in there. The young lady coming off ACL, MCL surgery with the left brace on her left knee. Now Pippett at the left elbow. Her shot is blocked by Lexi Bowles into the hands of Moore. Dowling with a 3-on-2 fast break. Here's Gipple with it, and Centennial gets back. Underneath McVeigh through traffic. Her shot no good. And the rebound Pippett. 1 and done is Dowling.
Excellent job of defense at the other end by Julia Moore on their best player, Phipps. She's done an excellent job on her tonight.
Very aggressive, and both teams getting after it defensively as we struggle to get in the 30s. And now Phipps on the right side dribbles against Moore and draws the foul. And on Julia, that'll be her second. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Mercy One, Kemen, and Ashworth Vision Clinic. Along with Steve DeVinny, I'm Mark Amadale. I think Jeff Piggott and Brady Grimm back at the Iowa Catholic Radio studios. Devin Taylor, our producer here for CISN, and our cameraman is Jeff Stark. And they both haven't missed a beat. Thank you both for what you do. Phipps' first free throw, good. Second one also good. Or rather, Phipps, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Phipps now 2 for 2. She now has 8 points.
You got a tie ball game, Mark, just as we predicted early on tonight.
Phipps came in averaging 19, has 8. It's still early fourth.
Yep.
5.5 minutes remaining, tied at 31, as Mr. DeVinny said. Down the lane, Gipple, her shot with the right hand, no good. Rebound, Pippett and Centennial.
She was in traffic there, Mark. Did a good job of penetrating through the traffic, but couldn't quite get the basket to go.
You got a reach-in foul on Julia Moore, I'm sure.
Yep. That's her third. Team third of the half. So the Maroons still have 3 fouls to give before Centennial's in the bonus, but you hate to give those up too early in the quarter. Looks like the Maroons want a full timeout, Mark.
We'll give that to him. That's Moore's third team foul on Dowling, 5 on Centennial, 5:11 remaining here in the fourth quarter. We'll take a timeout. Tied at 31, Dowling and Centennial here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.TV.
Hi, I'm Chris with Fireplace Superstore. Fall's upon us and fireplace season is here, and you need a new Heat and Glow high-efficient gas direct vent. These are ideal for your new construction project, for your remodeling project, or for removing your old wood-burning fireplace and replacing it with a new Heat and Glow high-efficient gas direct vent. Come see us today at Fireplace Superstore, 10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
Central Bank opened its doors in 1877 and has been proud to call Iowa home ever since. For more than a century, our family-owned business has worked hand in hand with friends and neighbors across the state to make their dreams a reality. Come visit us at our new location on Hickman and Waukee and see how Central Bank can make it happen for you.
Here at the Dowling gym out of the maroon timeout. Dowling with 3 timeouts remaining. Ankeny Centennial with all 3 of their timeouts remaining. And the Jaguars have it. The ball saved from going out of bounds by Phipps after the pass by Ellie Street. Tied at 31, under 5 minutes remaining in this CIML non-division contest. Long 3 by Phipps is good right in front of her coach, Scott DeYoung.
That's the first 3-point basket tonight for the Jaguars. The Drake commit, you expect your best players to play well when the game is on the line, and so far Phipps has done a great job in the fourth quarter with 5 quick points.
Yep, 11 points for Phipps. She had 6 at halftime. And as you mentioned, all 5 in the fourth quarter. Dowling with the ball. McVeigh for 3, good. Ella McVeigh with her first 3.
Not to be outdone, there's Ella, big game Ella.
And we're tied at 34.
That's only the second 3-pointer for the Maroons tonight. Wishman had one in the first half.
This is going to be interesting. Centennial with the ball.
Got to get some stops if you're the Maroons.
Now they pick up their, or rather they get it to Phipps. Back to Pippett. She'll launch that 3. Good! Here we go. Jackie Pippett with her first 3-point basket of the season.
Yeah.
Mr. DeVinny.
Uncharacteristic of her to even attempt that shot.
Sometimes you just got to leave players open. Centennial did that with Gipple in a long shot. And now Gipple in the lane. Her shot is blocked out of bounds. They say it went off of Phipps.
Emma's a little frustrated. Here comes Tobias back in for Wishman.
As Wishman will sit down, as you mentioned, Tobias in. 1-4 set for Dowling. McVeigh will throw it in. She's got Gipple, Bowles, Julia Moore, and Margaret Tobias, the 5 on the floor for Dowling. Here's Bowles, right block. Left block, turns, spins, and shoots over Pippett. Good.
That's about automatic when she gets the ball on the block like that. Excellent execution by the Maroons to draw within 1.
Now a whistle and a foul.
Lexi?
Away from the basket.
Against Pippett.
She was muscling away with Pippett.
Yep.
They're going to get her for the knee. That'll be her 3rd foul. Team foul number 4 on Dowling.
Timeout, Centennial.
So we'll take a break. That is Coach DeYoung's first time out of the night with 3:26 remaining. Fourth quarter, it's Centennial 37, Dowling 36 here in the fourth on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.TV.
To everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Here at the Dowling gym, Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny with 3:20 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Phipps in the lane, her shot up no good. Fight for the rebound, and
jump ball.
Lizzie Strom was one.
Looks like it'll go back to the Jags.
And Julia Moore for Dowling was the other person, and it'll be alternate possession in favor of the Jags.
Excellent help defense there by Lexi Bowles to alter the shot from Phipps.
Get the ball inside to Piffett. It's stolen away.
Julia Moore with her hand in the cookie jar again, Mark.
Slapped it right to Lexi Bowles. Centennial by 1 as we approach the 3-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Correction on the timeouts. Centennial has 3 and Dowling with 3 at their disposal. You may see quite a few of them used here in the final 3 minutes of this contest. 37-36 Centennial over Dowling Catholic. Top 10 matchup. Bowles, backdoor cut. She sees Gipple and her shot no good, but Street with the foul.
Great
Ellie,
backdoor cut.
Ellie will pick up her 3rd foul.
Fantastic backdoor cut by Emma Gipple.
Lexi Bowles averaging just under 2 assists a game. Almost had one there, but instead that'll send Gipple to the line. Her first free throw is no good.
Got to get these free throws late in the game to, if you expect to win. Come on, Gip.
Gipple with 9 points, now has 10, makes 1 of 2.
Tie ball game mark, 2:43 to go.
Tied at 37. This is ominous of the Southeast Polk game over at Southeast Polk a couple of Fridays ago, Steve.
Yeah, they're going to call her for a shuffle.
Yep, Phipps guilty of the
No
travel.
argument from Coach DeYoung.
It happened right in front of him. And Coach DeYoung's assistants, Dave Runchie, Rachel Henders, Andy Fenn. 37 all, Dowling and Ankeny Centennial. The Maroons ranked 9th. They're 9-4. Seedings come out tomorrow and brackets come out tomorrow in Class 4 and 5A. The girls' regional brackets come out tomorrow. Centennial with a record 11-2 there right now at number 5 ranking. And now jumper that's layup that's no good from way out by Tobias. Rebound Centennial, and now back comes the Jags, and Avery Porter with her first 3 of the night and her 16th of the year gives Centennial a 3-point lead. Bowles with it, and they're going to call a jump ball with her and Pippett.
That'll go back to the Maroons. Give the Centennial Jags credit for hitting 3 3-pointers so far in the fourth quarter. Not normally a team that shoots that many threes, but they're knocking them down. To the Maroons' credits, they've battled back and made big shot after big shot also.
Yeah, Avery Porter, 5'6" sophomore for Centennial, her first basket of the game, and it's a 3.
And she didn't hesitate. She pulled the trigger.
You're going to see defense played like no other by Centennial. Now Dowling with the basketball. This is Tobias with it. It's stolen away into the hands of Porter. Porter in the front court. It's in the corner. That is Lizzie Strom. Her 10-footer on the baseline, no good from the right side. Rebound out to Dowling. Minute 35 remaining here in the fourth. The Maroons trail by 3, and they have the basketball. McVeigh in the lane. Goes through traffic and puts up a layup.
McVeigh.
That's good. McVeigh, without using the glass, now has 5 points of her 10 in the fourth quarter, and we've got a full timeout call. We'll take a break. It's 40-39. Centennial leads Dowling with a minute and a half remaining in the fourth quarter on CISN and Iowa Catholic Radio.
35 years in the automotive industry, I had the opportunity to build on the American dream, just like Henry Ford did over 100 years ago.
Introducing the all-new DeArmond Ford Indianola.
Like Ford Motor Company, we're a family-led business guided by our core values of hard work, trust, honesty, and integrity.
People drive to Indianola to buy Fords.
The all-new DeArmond Ford, DeArmondFord.com.
Built for America, sold by DeArmond Ford Indianola.
Iowans know that winter means snow, ice, and freezing temps. Severe weather can make the roads downright dangerous. Truck Equipment Incorporated has the toughest work equipment that can stand up to the harshest conditions. Look for Western brand snowplows, quality you can count on. Buy new or utilize our repair services. We'll order new parts for same-day pickup or delivery. And now you can shop from home with our virtual showroom. Go to truckequipment.com today.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. What a night for Game 1 of our girl-boy doubleheader. It's the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars leading Dowling 40-39 with a minute 28 remaining in the fourth quarter as they come down to the last possession. Full court pressure by the Maroons, and now Jaguars dribble in the front court with Ellie Street. She and Phipps play catch on the perimeter.
Be interesting to see what the Maroons try to do here. They only have 14 fouls in the second half, so they have a couple to give.
There's one.
And there's one of them right there with Gip.
Gipple will pick up her third. That'll be the 15th foul on Dowling. Yeah, just you say that, Coach. Fouls to give, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Coach Meyer looking to do offense-defense, visiting with her staff, Joel Danner, Scott Babinat, and Audrey Faber, who I understand may join me at halftime of the boys contest in Game 2. Any question you want me to ask Audrey? I'll just sneak it down here.
Well, what a career she had at Creighton after Dowling.
Here and you mentioned Creighton.
Are the Jags going to be content for layups only at this stage?
Oh, they're looking like it now. Pippett draws the foul. Her and Ellie Street play give and go. And Pippett.
Bowles going to pick up her 4th.
That's on Lexi. So team foul number 6 on Dowling. So both teams in the bonus the rest of the way, and Pippett at the line. Jackie tonight is 2 for 2 at the line, make it 3 for 3. First free throw is good. She now has 14 points. 41-39, Centennial leads Dowling. 51.5 seconds left in this top 10 Class 5A girls game here at the Dowling Gym. The two teams are not in the same division, but it's a crossover game. Second free throw good by Pippett. She has 15 points.
3-point deficit here for the Maroons.
Dowling in the front court. Tobias to Gipple, top of the key to Bowles with 40 seconds left. Over to McVeigh.
Plenty of time.
Dowling down by 3. McVeigh for 3, it's no good. And the rebound, Phipps, and a foul in the backcourt on Dowling. So Phipps will go to the line, and they'll get Julia Moore with her 4th foul.
Coach Meyer chose to let the kids run offense as opposed to calling and trying to set something up as a special. What are we doing here, Coach? We're going to sub in with Lauren Frere.
I think she just had a message she wanted to pass along to the ladies in the paint.
Taking Gipp out of the game. Down 3 with 35.4. And looks like Phipps will have 1 and a bonus, right?
Yep, so you get all the substitutions in before the first free throw as Wishman checks in and Tobias checks out. We mentioned Lauren Frerich's in there. She's on the low block for Dowling with Bowles. First free throw go by Phipps is good, Steve.
Yeah, you got to give the Centennial Jag girls credit. Boy, what a 4th quarter. They made 3 threes. They've made all their free throws so far. It's not that the Maroons have played poorly. The Jags have just played exceptional.
Both free throws good by Phipps. She has 13 points. The lead is 5 for Centennial. Dowling with the ball. Here's Julia Moore to McVeigh for 3, and it's off the mark, no good. Rebound out to Phipps, and she's fouled in the backcourt by McVeigh. That'll be Ellis first. And a 1-on-1 coming up for Maggie Phipps. You look at some of the keys of the game that you pointed out beforehand, and one of them is Centennial. They'll have to make the perimeter shots. Well, we saw that. Pippett made a 3. That kind of propelled them. First free throw good by Phipps. 14 points for Maggie Phipps. And hold Bowles to 12 points or under. Well, she's at 12 points right now, Steve. So good job out of you.
Well,
free throw good.
Down by 7 now, 21 seconds to go. They got to go quick.
Moore with it. Julia with the shot. It's no good. Foul called on Lizzie Strom.
That's a good outcome as the clock stops.
Lexi Bowles with 12 points with 6 field goals. No free throws for Lexi tonight. And the Jags have forced others to beat them besides Lexi Bowles. Free throw good by Julia Moore.
Cuts the deficit to 6. 18 seconds to go. They're going to take Bowles out. They're going to do an offensive-defense substitution.
Yep,
Lauren Frerichs and Gipp will go back in.
Bowles with 3 points. So I have the second free throw. It's 46-40. Ankeny Centennial leads Dowling Catholic here in game 1 of our girl-boy doubleheader. Second free throw is off the mark, no good. Ball slapped around into the hands of Phipps, and she's fouled in the backcourt with 16 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
And for Coach Scott DeYoung, this will be his first ranked team that he's knocked off this year after playing 14 games. You haven't had the schedule that you see on the central side of the CIML.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Coach Meyer was set to call a timeout. Had Julia made that, that would have cut the deficit to 5. And then because Phipps got the rebound, you have to end up fouling other team's best free throw shooter, and that's not that hasn't proven to be a good strategy so far tonight.
Not yet. Phipps is gradually climbing toward her average of 19 points, hits the first free throw.
She is 7 for 7 in the fourth quarter from the charity stripe.
16 points for Maggie Phipps, the young lady who transferred from North Polk, going to play at Drake next year. Second free throw good, 17 points. Dowling in the front court with 13 seconds remaining. Here's Moore with it, looking inside. Gets it to Lauren Frericks, to McVeigh. A turnaround shot on the right baseline, no good. Rebound Pippett, and that should do it. Dowling will call it off. 48-40 is the final. What a fourth quarter for Centennial as they outscored Dowling Catholic 21-10 in the fourth quarter to win it 48-40. Congratulations to head coach Scott DeYoung, career win number 658. And they just keep piling up. And I'm surprised he's got that many wins after some of the games you officiated for him over there at Colo. I thought he'd struggle to even get wins, but not with you officiating.
He got off to a rough start when I was officiating. His winning percentage after those first couple years was like 32%, but they retired me as an official, and things turned around for his career. So
that's called forced retirement, Mr. DeVinny. Forced retirement. All right. The final once again. Congratulations to the Centennial Jaguars. They have certainly earned a number 1 seed in a regional with the win over Dowling Catholic, 48-40 here at the Dowling Gym. Centennial improves their record to 12-2, ranked 5th in Class 5A. Dowling Catholic falls to 9-5. They're ranked 9th in Class 5A. Both teams awaiting the regional pairings and brackets, which come out tomorrow. We'll step aside, come back with our post-game show here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN, as we will total up the scoring and kind of recap this game. Along with Steve DeVinny, I'm Mark Amadale from the Dowling Gym. The final score in Game 1, our girls' game, Ankeny Centennial 48, Dowling Catholic 40. We'll be back with the post-game show here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Aggressively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way, and from a safe distance away, delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile. Regardless of the times, our team remains committed to you.
Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym. Final score in Game 1, our girls contest. It was Ankeny Centennial 48, Dowling Catholic 40. Along with Steve DeVinny, Mark Amadale. I want to thank the folks behind the scenes. Devin Taylor, our producer here for CISN. Jeff Stark, our cameraman. And, of course, back at the Iowa Catholic Radio studios. Our thanks to Jeff Pickett and Brady Grimm. Takes a lot behind the scenes to make us go, Steve DeVinny. We appreciate all their help. And, of course, yours as well. And you got the scoring? You want me to go right through it? You tell me, sir.
Up to you. You're in charge.
Well, I brought you along. I'm not going to have you keep nothing. So we'll have you start with the Jags, the scoring for Ankeny Centennial.
Yeah, Maggie Phipps had an incredible fourth quarter, 11 points in the fourth quarter out of her game-high 17, which included 2, 4, 6, 8, 8 out of 8 from the charity stripe. Pippett, the interior player, the post player, had 15. And then you went with Ellie Street with 6. You had Avery Porter and Olivia Anderson each with 3. And to round out the scoring, Lizzie Strom and McKenna Clark each had 2. For the Maroons, their 40 points, they were led in scoring by Lexi Bowles with 12. Emma Gipple had 10, as did Ella McVeigh, who I think has been in double figures now 3 out of the last 4 games. Mm-hmm. Really kind of elevated her offensive game here late in her career. Finish out the scoring, Julia Moore had 3, as did Maddie Wishman. Margaret Tobias had 2. And tough luck for the Maroons, who played very, very well, and sort of just a matter of the Centennial Jags getting hot there in the fourth quarter.
Well, it was kind of like what you said in our keys to the game presented by DeArmond Ford Indianola. You look back, you said for Centennial to win, they'll have to make perimeter shots. They did at key times. The Jags did. They held Lexi Bowles to 12 points, as you mentioned, and make someone else beat you. And that's kind of the deal. Margaret Tobias, Maddie Wishman with a field goal each. Ellen McVeigh with 10 points. So the three guards in the perimeter, and you can count on Tobias and Wishman to light it up, but not tonight. They were held in check by the Centennial defense, as we mentioned, come in averaging just 33.2 points a game is all the Jags give up, and tonight they give up 40 to Dowling.
Yeah, no, the Maroons didn't play poorly. It's just a matter of Ankeny does a great job of extending that man-to-man defense, and in the case of Maddie Wishman, she didn't play quite as much tonight because Julia Moore off the bench was doing such a good job on Phipps, and so Coach decided to play her more with the starters. But every game takes on a different personality, and the Maroons have nothing to be ashamed of. They played hard and just came up a little short.
Well, Dowling was 10 of 17 at the free throw line, and Centennial was 13 of 14 at the free throw line. But, Steve, they were just 3 of 4 going into the fourth quarter. They were a perfect 10 for 10 at the line in the fourth quarter. 8 for 8 was Phipps, and Jackie Pippett 2 for 2. And you can look at that and the margin of difference, hitting all your free throws when it counts. 10 for 10 for the Jags in the fourth.
Yep. Give them credit. Unfortunately for the Maroons, that's a tough loss. But as I said, the effort was good and the attitude was good, and they competed hard. But when you score 21 in the fourth quarter after scoring 11, 10, and 6 in the previous three quarters, you have to just tip your cap to the Jaguar girls, and that was a nice win for them.
Well, it certainly was. Steve DeVenny, thank you once again for sitting in tonight, not only on our Iowa Catholic radio broadcast, but also CISN as we do the webcast. Got you on TV a little bit. They didn't ask for much makeup before we got on the air, but Steve, thanks for all you do. One last final doubleheader. That'll be this Friday, Dowling hosting Johnston. And will it be number 1 Johnston or number 2 Johnston? Because Waukee got it before the last ranking, so we'll see.
Yeah, no, it should be a good ball game and a good chance to see some more good players out here on the Dowling Maroon floor.
All right, my friend, thank you for all you do, and thanks for joining us tonight.
See you Friday.
My broadcast partner for Game 1 is Steve DeVenny, helping us with the girls' game. I'm Mark Amadale. We'll take a break, come back, and we'll preview the boys' contest as you watch on your CISN.TV. We will be back, and we'll preview the boys. Mike Swaim is here, and he and I will talk about the preview of the boys' contest, Dowling and Ankeny Centennial, here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.TV. Again, the final. It was Ankeny Centennial 48, Dowling Catholic 40 in the girls' contest. Back with the boys' contest on the pregame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.TV.
Hi, I'm Chris with Fireplace Superstore. Fall's upon us and fireplace season is here, and you need a new Heat and Glow high-efficient gas direct vent. These are ideal for your new construction project, for your remodeling project, or for removing your old wood-burning fireplace and replacing it with a new Heat and Glow high-efficient gas direct vent. Come see us today at Fireplace Superstore, 10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
Central Bank opened its doors in 1877 and has been proud to call Iowa home ever since. For more than a century, our family-owned business has worked hand-in-hand with friends and neighbors across the state to make their dreams a reality. Come visit us at our new location on Hickman and Waukee and see how Central Bank can make it happen for you.
The Dowling gym. You know, I haven't had this happen too often, but we're getting harassed by the referees.
Up here even. Up here in the balcony we're getting harassed.
Oh, my goodness. Mark Amadale, Mike Swaim, as we get set for the boys contest here on Iowa Catholic Radio after we just had a tremendous girls contest as the Ankeny Centennial girls defeat Dowling 48-40. And teams now on the floor. Dowling and Ankeny Centennial meeting for the only time during the regular season. And it looks like with the brackets, Swamer, they're both in different sub-states. And, of course, the boys' brackets and seedings all come out tomorrow. They've already been grouped, and now the coaches voted. I know one thing. Dowling's the number 2 seed, as Valley got the number 1 in Sub-State 7. And in Sub-State 2, where Centennial's at, Coach Fontana and the Jags got the number 1 seed. Ames got the 2 seed with Hoover the 3.
Those are just unbelievable numbers, especially for Dowling, Mark, to know that you're going to get a bye in the first round and then host the second round, and you don't have to see Valley possibly until the Sub-State final. And, oh, by the way, you already beat them once. So, I mean, you couldn't get better news for Coach O'Connor. And for Coach Fontana, this is familiar territory for him, being a number 1 seed in his Sub-State. Obviously they've got that's a tough Sub-State with Ames in there, who, by the way, just beat Centennial.
Yes, they did.
Last week. So that and throw in Hoover in there. And then who knows about the Indianola matchup. Obviously they don't play a lot of 4A teams, just because of their conference. But that's going to be a challenge for Centennial. But clearly having that first round bye and not having to see Ames maybe until the finals, that could be good news.
Oh, it certainly could. And I think everybody's with anticipation now. You're looking towards the end of the regular season and the postseason. The boys got a couple more weeks left. They've got at least 2 games next week. At least Dowling does. And they're playing on back-to-back nights next week. Thursday, I'll be in Council Bluffs following that Council Bluffs Jefferson squad, or Abraham Lincoln squad, excuse me. Abraham Lincoln, 5th ranked in Class 4A. They host Dowling Catholic a week from this Thursday in Council Bluffs. I'll have that game. It'll be an early start at 6 o'clock. We'll on the air at 5:45. But the Maroons end the regular season with Johnston. The girls do on Friday, and the last doubleheader will be this Friday, and then next week with Council Bluffs Lincoln, and then at Des Moines East, and that'll round out Dowling's schedule. But the seedings and the pairings come out for the girls' brackets and the girls' regionals and the boys' sub-states. We're going to see that sometime tomorrow on the Iowa High School Athletic Association boys website.
Well, now that the seeding is over, now it's about trying to get on a roll, Mark, and you want your team to be playing the best basketball at the end here. And Downing's got a great opportunity. You mentioned they've got the Centennial, who's ranked coming into this game, and then Johnston on Friday night, who is also ranked, and a chance for a little bit of revenge for Dowling, who lost to them earlier in the year. So this is a great opportunity for the Dowling Maroons to feel really good about themselves. If they could split this week or pull off 2 upsets against these ranked teams, how about the momentum that generates going into the sub-state play?
Yeah, and for the Maroons, they get a bye, so they don't have to play that first Monday, Mike. But East, North, Lewis Central, and Urbandale will all have to duke it out. The winners, one set will play Dowling, the other set will play Valley, and that'll all be grouped out tomorrow. But, you want to come in on a roll, but you're also going to have some lag time. Dowling's going to play back-to-back nights next week in boys play, Thursday, Friday. Then they're going to sit a week and wait for the outcome of the play-in games for Friday. Sometimes that can be good. Sometimes it can be bad. I think for the Maroons it could be good, especially when you have your leading scorer and player, Matt Riedel, who's back. Played limited minutes on senior night, but he has now had several days of practice under him. He'll get the start tonight against Centennial.
Yeah, trying to work your way back into sort of game shape is what Riedel's trying to do. And I never looked at it as I'd rather be playing in that first round with and not having the bye. I always wanted to have the bye to get that first game on your home floor is a huge advantage, especially thinking about if somebody has to go to Council Bluffs, because they're in that, and that's a long trip. And so just a great opportunity for Dowling getting that number 2 seed in the sub-state.
Well, for Centennial, and you mentioned Centennial losing to Ames on a Friday night up in Ankeny, 56-46. They're going to be in the same sub-state. It may not meet for a while. It might be another couple weeks, but you want to have that momentum. Well, as I found out from Coach Fontana, and you know that I coached with him for 5 years down at Carlisle, we were talking last night, and he says, Mark, I lost Jaron Cruz as a starting point guard, 3-year letterman, 3-year starter. He's limited minutes tonight due to the ankle, so it depends how he warms up. I've been kind of watching, but now the Centennial is taking the team off the floor. So he's somebody to watch tonight. And then their first guard off the bench, Caden Kelling. Remember his brother Preston Kelling last year graduated. Well, Caden is the first guard off the bench. He's out tonight with an ankle injury, so you don't want injuries piling up, especially this time of year, and you're trying to just kind of finish the regular season. And for Centennial, they have that problem as they come in the number 8 team in Class 4A.
That's a huge challenge coming in to play Dowling with a limited crews, and then, of course, Kaling, that you said, Mark, is going to be out tonight, so it's going to be a tough task. I looked back at their 2 losses, and so Ankeny Centennial has lost 2 in a row, Mark. Granted, they're to ranked teams, okay, to Ames as well as to Waukee, who I think is the best team in the state. What was alarming, though, in those 2 losses is the rebounding, that the margin of rebounding that Centennial had. They were out-rebounded by almost 15 rebounds a game in each of those contests. And so that's something I think you really got to be concerned about. So I'm sure as Coach Fontana is going into tonight's game, trying to figure out, well, what are we going to do against, 6'8" Riggs,
right,
6'7" Jack Gredeke, and some of these players that Dowling's going to bring off the bench. Dowling's got a noted size advantage against Centennial tonight.
He brought that to my attention. He said, you guys have a very tall team.
Yes, they do.
I said, yes, and we're working on negating the rebounds. I know we got to go to break here. Ankeny Centennial comes in averaging just 7 turnovers a contest. Dowling has got theirs down. They only had 9 turnovers Friday night. That's tremendous. Dowling's average now 15 turnovers a game. It's getting better, and I talked to assistant coach Nick Wagner, the Dowling boys' assistant. He says, yeah, that's something they've been kind of looking at. It started in the 20s. It was in the upper teens, and now it's starting to be in the mid-teens as far as turnover. That is huge, possession by possession each game.
That's a great trend, and Centennial doesn't commit many turnovers over either. Yeah. But when you start talking about Cruz handling most of the ball handling as well as Kelling, Kelling's going to be out. Do turnovers start to factor in there?
All right, we'll take a break here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN as we bring you the pregame show for the boys contest. It's Ankeny Centennial and Dowling from the Dowling Gym. My name is Mark Amadale, alongside with Mike Swaim tonight, Jeff Piggott and Brady Grimm back at the Iowa Catholic Radio studios. And we thank the producers here and cameraman, Devin Taylor, our producer, and Jeff Stark, our cameraman for CISN.TV. They're taking a break right now. We'll be back with starting lineups and our keys to the game presented by DeArmond Ford coming up here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
To everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game, Shields.
Dowling Gym, not a bad crowd here, limited visitors still. Mark Amadale joined by Mike Swaim in our pregame show. It's Dowling and Ankeny Centennial. If you joined us late, game 1, it was Ankeny Centennial holding off Dowling 48-40 in the girls contest. And now we start the boys. And let's go to our keys to the game tonight, presented by DeArmond Ford Indianola, a family-led business guided by their core values of hard work, trust, honesty, and integrity. Check out the all-new DeArmond Ford in Indianola, DeArmondFord.com. Mike Swaim, your keys to the game. We'll start with the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars.
Well, for Centennial, we talked about it a little bit just before we went to break, but they've got to rebound better on both ends. They need some opportunities at second chance opportunities on the offensive glass, and they've got to hold this large Dowling team off the defensive glass as well. And then you got to convert at the free throw line. Mark, the last 2 games, they've averaging 49% in those 2 losses. That's not going to get it done. You got to take advantage of when you're at the foul line. And then moving to Dowling, Dowling's got to work offense from the inside to the outside. Okay, don't rely on that 3. I know they hit 12 3-pointers in last game, Mark, but that has not been the case for this team this year. So work it inside when the double teams come, then kick out for the 3. And finally, You mentioned it, Mark, the turnovers, 9 turnovers in that win against Urbandale. Dowling is not good enough offensively to turn the ball over and continue to do well. They've got to limit their turnovers to under 10 or less.
All right, there's your keys to the game, presented by DeArmond Ford Indianola, a family-led business guided by their core values of hard work, trust, honesty, and integrity. Check out the all-new DeArmond Ford Indianola at DeArmondFord.com. Our thanks to my broadcast partner, Mike Swain, for the keys to the game. And, of course, this is going to be interesting. The two teams used to be home and home, and then the CIML, they rotate the conference teams every 2 years. So used to be home and home with Centennial and the Ankeny Hawks and Ames, and now we've got a whole new crop. They added, Valley, Waukee, Southeast Polk, all teams that have been ranked in boys and girls side. So It's been a little tough going for the Johnston, Dowling, and Urbandale connection. But, hey, the one time they play is tonight. All right, let's take a look at our starting lineups. First of all, for the visitors from Ankeny Centennial. And the head coach is a good friend of mine, Bob Fontana. We spent 5 years at Carlisle. He spent 16 years at Cedar Rapids Kennedy, and he's been at Centennial for 8 years. And Bob is assisted by Ben Lamock, Mark West, Garrett Skipworth, and Luke Donato. 119 wins, 58 losses for Coach Fontana at Centennial. And they'll start at point guard, Jaron Cruz. He's battling an ankle injury, a 6'1 senior. He'll wear number 1. The other guard is Colin McAleer, a 6'2 senior. He'll wear number 4. He's one of the shooting guards. The third guard is Chris Lewis. Lewis, a 6-foot junior for Centennial. He'll wear number 24. And Brock Jensen is one forward, a 6'2 senior. He'll wear number 25. And Leo Aguirre, a 6'3 freshman, will be the other forward wearing number 35. So it'll be Cruz, McAleer, Lewis, Jensen, and Aguirre for the Centennial Jaguars, averaging 69 points on offense, giving up 54 points on defense. They're ranked number 8 in Class 4A with a record of 10-3. They've lost 2 in a row, as Mike mentioned, losing to number 2 Waukee a week ago and losing to number 6 Ames last Friday at Centennial. And now for Dowling Catholic, the head coach is Michael Connor in his 15th year, 223 wins, 131 losses, assisted by Nick Wagner and Jimmy Nahas. The Maroons with a record of 6-7. They average 57 points on offense, and they give up 57 points on defense. For Dowling, they'll start at one guard, Sam Hughes, a 6'1 senior. He'll wear number 12. The other guard is Simon Daniel, a 6'2 senior, wearing number 22. And the third guard is Matt Riedel, a 6'4 senior, wearing number 24. One forward is Jack Redicke, a 6'10 senior, wearing number 14. And the center is Ryan Riggs. Riggs, a 6'8 senior, wearing number 20. So for Dowling, it's Hughes, Daniel, and Riedel, along with Redicke and Riggs, as Dowling has snapped a 3-game losing streak last Friday with the win over Urbandale, 65-47, right here at Dowling on senior night. They've won 4 of their last 8 games, but they snapped that 3-game losing streak. Let's see how much confidence that brings them, Mike Swain.
Yeah, tale of 2 teams, right, Mark? You've got one team who's feeling really confident about that win against Urbandale, and then you've got the Jags who are just cruising along, and all of a sudden you run into 2 really talented teams, and now you've got 2 losses.
Our officials are Todd Savage, Scott Cook, and Dave Suttner. We want to thank Ashworth Vision Construction Professionals, along with Dental Associates, Kemen, and Mercy Ones for supporting our broadcast here on Iowa Catholic Radio. And we're underway as the tip is won by Dowling, and the Maroons have the first offensive series. Here's Riedel with it, dribbling down the lane, kicks it to Simon Daniel in the corner. His 3-pointer up and good. He's really grown into that corner 3 shot.
He really likes it, and that time Dowling used that dribble penetration. Good kick out that time as Riedel drew the defense in.
3-0 Dowling Catholic over Centennial. And now here's a steal by Riedel. He stepped right in front of Chris Lewis and lays it in, and it's 5-0 Dowling.
Well, welcome back, Matt Riedel, huh? How about a nice defensive steal and a layup, as well as an assist early on?
How about off-the-ball anticipation there to get the steal? Now another steal by Dowling. It's stolen away by the Maroons again, and that is Sam Hughes coming away with it after a backdoor cut by the Jags. Now Riedel in the lane, gets it to Hughes. Sam dribbles to the lane, gets it back to Riedel. Now spins in the lane, shot off the glass is too strong, no good, and a rebound out to Centennial, and that is Colin McAleer with it. 5-0 Dowling, and a long 3 off the back iron, no good by Cruz, and a rebound Dowling and Riedel. Something that Centennial doesn't want to do is come out flat and cold. And Coach Wagner of Dowling talked about energy, and now a pass saved from going out of bounds nicely by Chris Lewis, kept the possession line. Lewis gets it back for 3. It's no good. Ball slapped around, and now inside, a shot no good by Leo Aguirre, the freshman. Rebound Dowling.
Dowling lucky. They almost gave up an offensive rebound that time.
Well, it looks sloppy, but the effort is there by both.
No question.
Now here's Riedel uncontested. He goes right around the defender, and that's Brock Jensen.
Coach Fontana's going to get that's just not Centennial defense that we know there, Mark.
No question about it. And so it's 7-0 Dowling, and it's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Mark Emmerdale, Mike Swaim. And was that Riedel again that went around his defender? And he's tough to guard one-on-one. The Maroons lucky to have him back after COVID protocol.
He's got 4 of the 7 points. He's got a defensive steal and an assist. So it's just great to have him back. I'm sure Coach O'Connor's like, where's he been for the past 10 days, 15 days?
Other games going on in the CIML, and the girls' game's about ready to get underway as we start. It's about 6:45, so the girls' contest in the CIML probably getting close to the end of the first quarter. Lincoln is at Johnston, Ames at Southeast Polk, Roosevelt at Urbandale, and Hoover at Ankeny. These are all girl-boy doubleheaders. Boys only games, second-ranked Waukee at number 2, Bellevue West out of Nebraska. That's a 6 o'clock start. Bellevue West ranked 23rd in the nation. And Over Valley at Cold Iron Fieldhouse. Mason City at Valley in a boys only contest. They'll tip off. They tipped off at 6:30. So that's a look at the CIML. And now we got an illegal screen.
Right, illegal screen, Mark. That was, I believe, called on Brock Jensen. And I didn't see much there, but nonetheless.
Now a backdoor lob pass to Riggs, and he shoots and scores. Used the basket as a defender, and Ryan Riggs with his first basket, and it's 9-0 Dowling.
Well, Dowling cleared the side. There was no defensive help behind. Just an easy toss over the top of the defender.
Here's Aguirre with it. He goes down the lane. It's stolen away by Dowling. 3-on-2 to Gredecky, and he'll slam it home. The assist from Matt Riedel.
You couldn't draw up a better start for Dowling.
11-0 Dowling, and now the lid is off the basket as Aguirre, the freshman, knifes through there for Centennial.
Yeah, that was a big shot there. Centennial needed something to go down, finally getting a 3 to drop.
Leo Aguirre comes in averaging 10 points a contest. Riedel for 3, and that's good. Riedel he's 4 out of 31 for the season. How about that?
Well, you don't think he's excited to be back here playing and starting for this team?
He was shooting just 13% from 3, and he drains one early. A corner 3 on the left side, no good by Chris Lewis, and the rebound out to Dowling. The Maroons lead at 14-3. Here's Simon Daniel for 3. Good! His second 3 of the night.
Boy, talk about confidence. This Dowling team right now, they are feeling it. The bench is going crazy.
And now underneath, and they feed Aguirre, and his shot up and good. Great dribble penetration that time by Jerron Cruz.
Yeah, and that's what Ankeny Centennial has to do more of. Good job by Cruz there. I think they've been settling too much for outside shots, Mark.
Oh, look at your keys. I don't remember some of these keys on there for Dowling. I have to look at that again. Here's Riggs, spins in the lane. He went right around the freshman Aguirre, and he scores. Riggs from the right side. He's got 4 points. 19-5 Dowling. Cruz with it. Jerron kicks it back to Aguirre. Right side it goes to Chris Lewis. Lewis guarded by Riedel. Jump stops in the lane.
Shuffled his feet there.
Brock Jensen with it for 3. It's no good. Fight for the rebound. And saved from going out of bounds. Into the hands of Aguirre for 3. Good. The freshman drains it. That's his 4th 3 of the year.
You got to give McAleer a lot of credit that time for getting that offensive board and creating that 3-point opportunity.
19-8. Dowling by 11. Maroons with the basketball. Riedel at the left elbow. Gets to Riggs. Dowling will start their offense. Centennial stays man-to-man. 3:20 remaining. Corner 3, Gredecky up. Good! Are you kidding me? They're on their pace to hit 12 again.
It's just like someone turned on a faucet, Mark, and it just keeps running.
Don't call the plumber, please. 3-pointer up and good by Aguirre. That's his second of the night. And he's matching Dowling basket for basket, and the freshman has 10 points in the first quarter. Now a steal by Centennial. They work it down court, and a layup up and good. That's Colin McAleer. Believe it or not, that's his first basket, and a timeout Dowling.
Yeah, sloppy play. Some tired people for the Dowling Maroons as Coach O'Connor gets a timeout. Gredecky should have just picked up that ball, Mark. You can't Can't try and spin dribble on that.
22-13. Dowling leading Ankeny Centennial here in the first quarter with 2:52 remaining, and up and down, lots of points. Dowling had the first, 9-0? And then it went up a little further than that. The Maroons, I think, had a 13-point lead at one point. Centennial has cut it to 9, causing a few turnovers. And how about the freshman Aguirre leading them in scoring with 10 of their 13 points?
Yeah, he's found a nice stroke from outside, and it looks like Centennial is going to go a little bit of a zone here. A little 3-2 look. See if they decide to trap out of this.
All right, Dowling in the front court. Mikey Chase into the Dowling lineup for the first time tonight, as is Jalen Moses in the corner. He wears number 40, and now he gets it out to Riedel. Also in there, Andrew Lynch, number 34 for Dowling. Corner 3 again. Simon Daniel off the mark, no good. Fight for the rebound, and Brock Jensen comes away with it, number 25 for Centennial. Outlet pass to McAleer, who has one basket here in this first quarter rather. With the ball is Jackson Snyder, and he has the ball poked away into the hands of Dowling. Runs now cross-court pass to Chase. Underneath the Lynch, a shot up, and an offensive foul called on Lynch.
Wow, that was a great pass. Good look inside by Mikey Chase, but I believe that was going to be Colin McAleer who got the charge on Lynch as he lowered his shoulder.
So it's 22-13, Dowling with the lead. Under 2 minutes remaining, first quarter from the Dowling Gym tonight here on Iowa Catholic Radio, and we simulcast with CISN on the webcast. Here's Centennial with it. Jackson Snyder off the bench, guarded by Riedel. Stops, as he pulls it back out, gets to Cruz. Duran playing with a bum ankle. You can see his right ankle heavily taped. Over to Leo Aguirre, back to Cruz. Now pull-up jumper by Duran at the free throw line, no good. Rebound Riedel and Dowling.
Solid defense by Simon Daniel that time. And you can tell that Cruz, he just doesn't have the explosiveness, Mark, that he normally has. That ankle, I think, has had an effect.
One foul each. Now Moses for 3, right wing. It's no good. Offensive rebound. Lynch and a putback up and good. Andrew Lynch cleaning up the boards.
And that's what we talked about. Centennial's problem, not being able to keep teams off the glass. And Andrew Lynch with a nice putback.
Lynch with his first basket. Dowling has 4 made threes here in this first quarter. A long 3 by Aguirre is good, and he's got 3 made threes in the first quarter for 13 points to lead Centennial.
Yeah, I think Dowling's got to make him put the ball on the floor. You can't just let him shoot out there.
Riedel for 3, it's no good. Ball will roll out of bounds. It'll be Centennial basketball with 46 seconds remaining, as Simon Daniel will have a seat on the bench for Dowling Catholic, replaced by Sam Hughes. And Coach Fontana of Centennial, Leo Aguirre, the freshman, will sit down, and he'll be replaced by Tyler Johnson, the 6'2 senior, checking in. There's Cruz in the front court. Duran looking inside, now finds his man. That's Tyler Johnson, and a bullet pass results in a basket.
That's a great pass by Cruz that time, finding his teammate on the block. Dowling just turning their head, losing the defender.
Tyler Johnson with the basket, the assist to Cruz, 24-18. Dowling by 6 with 22 seconds remaining. The Maroons trying to hold for the last shot. Possession arrow, I believe, favors Centennial.
Centennial going to stay in that zone. It's helped them get back into this game a little bit.
Here's Moses in the corner for Riedel for 3, and it's good. Matt Riedel with his second 3 of the first quarter. Had only hit 4 coming into contest, and a shot at the horn is no good by McAleer, and we've come to the end of the first quarter at the Dowling Gym with the score. Dowling 27, Ankeny Centennial 18 in this boys contest. Earlier tonight, it was the Centennial girls defeating Dowling 48-40 in a battle of top 10 teams. Back in 1 minute for the second quarter on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
35 years in the automotive industry, I had the opportunity to build on the American dream, just like Henry Ford did over 100 years ago.
Introducing the all-new DeArmond Ford Indianola.
Like Ford Motor Company, we're a family-led business guided by our core values of hard work, trust, honesty, and integrity.
People drive to Indianola to buy Fords.
The all-new DeArmond Ford. DeArmondFord.com.
Built for America, sold by DeArmond Ford Indianola.
Iowans know that winter means snow, ice, and freezing temps. Severe weather can make the roads downright dangerous. Truck Equipment Incorporated has the toughest work equipment that can stand up to the harshest conditions. Look for Western brand snowplows, quality you can count on. Buy new or utilize our repair services. We'll order new parts for same-day pickup or delivery. And now you can shop from home with our virtual showroom. Go to truckequipment.com today.
Hey, we're back here at the Dowling gym. Mark Amadale alongside Mike Swain. Dowling with a little zone to start the second quarter, and a whistle and a foul on Simon Daniel of Dowling. That'll be the second team foul on the Maroons. Maroons lead it 27-18 after leading by 13 early in that first quarter, Mike.
I like Dowling going to this 1-3-1 every once in a while, showing a different look. That time almost a near steal, but Daniel with a little bit of a body there. But what a great first quarter. Dowling to put up 27 in the first quarter, Mark. That's it's unheard of.
Yeah, it is. We haven't seen too much of that. Maroons did not go to the free throw line at all, but they knocked down 5 threes in that first quarter. Now we got a whistle and a foul underneath.
I think they're going to get Ryan Riggs that time. Missed a blockout assignment. Aguirre got that offensive board, and again, that's what Coach Fontana has to see more of. Get to the offensive glass if you're the Jaguars.
Jackson Snyder gets the inbounds pass, gets it to Jerron Cruz, tries to get inside, and the pass to Aguirre is too strong, out of bounds to Dowling. The turnover against Centennial. And again, one thing they do throughout the year, they value the basketball. Just 7 turnovers for the Jags. Dowling averaging 15, and now both teams exchange turnovers. As here's a steal by Snyder down court, goes against Simon Daniel, and he'll draw the foul. And Daniel, his second foul.
Hughes just lost the ball there. An opportunity missed. Centennial went back to man-to-man there after playing zone for the last 3 minutes of that first quarter.
7:13 remaining here in the second quarter. 27-18. Dowling leading Ankeny Centennial. The only time these two teams have played during the regular season as a free throw is good by Jackson Snyder. Snyder, a 72% free throw shooter on the year. And he'll have one more. And it's good. He has 2 points tonight.
Full 27 pressure here.
27-20, Dowling by 7. Cruz in the backcourt, guarding Hughes. Now gets it to Riedel. Matt will dribble across the timeline, guarded by Snyder. Coming off the ball screen, they lob it inside to Riggs. Skip pass to Gredeke for 3. It's too strong, no good, and a rebound Aguirre, and a backcourt foul on Riggs. Got a little too close, and they got him with the knee.
That's going to be 2 on Ryan Riggs. That is just not what you need if you're Coach O'Connor, to have your big man fouling almost on the end line after they got the ball.
So Riggs and Simon Daniel with 2 fouls each for Dowling. That'll send Riggs to the bench, and as you mentioned, Andrew Lynch also will re-enter the game.
That time the weak side help was much better for Centennial. When they tried to lob that into Riggs, there was 2 defenders around him.
Dowling drops back to man defense. We're going to see both teams kind of change their defense at times. Right now it's man for Dowling, and there's Cruz with it for Centennials. They run their offense and leaves it in the corner for 3. It's no good by Snyder. Rebound Dowling. Mikey Chase with it with 6:30 remaining. Chase in the lane, kicks it over to Gredeke for 3 in the corner. Good! The 6'10 senior drills it.
Well, that starts with a nice defensive rebound and pushing the ball up the floor by Mikey Chase.
Gredeke with his second 3 of the night and his 8th point. Dowling by 10, and now the Jags lose it out of bounds, and now the officials need to get together, says Michael Connor.
I think that's a pretty easy call. That was off of Centennial.
We didn't have to go to review.
No, we did not.
Because if we do, we got to bring in our studio producer, our on-site producer, Devin Taylor. You're going to have to do the review for the officials if we need it. Oh, we can't do that in high school. Never mind. All right, down court and a foul on Centennial before the shot. They're going to get Snyder for the foul out on Jackson Snyder, his first. 6:04 remaining here in the second quarter. 30-20 is our score. Dowling with the lead. Reminder, at halftime, we will be joined by one of the Dowling girls basketball coaches, whether it be head coach Kristen Meyer, assistant Joel Danner, Scott Babinett, and maybe Audrey Faber. We'll have to see. And now here's Riedel uncontested down the lane and shoots and scores. Matt Riedel having quite a night. for Dowling Catholic. The Maroons by 12.
Wow, it's just a poor job of rotation by the Centennial defense. We've seen a couple times Riedel just uncontested down the lane.
12 points for Riedel. Corner three, no good by Brock Jensen. The rebound, no good by Colin McAleer, who struggled tonight. I think Dowling's got somebody assigned to McAleer. Rebound out to Dowling. There's Gredicke with it. To Chase. To Riedel. Matt looking for a cutter, can't find Gredicke. Gets it over to Chase. Mikey with it. Out to Riedel. Over to Hughes for three. It's in and out, no good. Sam with the miss, and rebound Ankeny Centennial. Here's Cruz with it. Duran. Pull-up jumper right over Hughes. In and out, no good. And rebound Lynch. Dowling with the ball. The other way we go, Mike.
Yeah, some cold shooting by both teams right now.
We approach the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. Corner three is no good by Chase, and a loose ball foul on Lynch. And the Maroons starting to gather fouls in that post position.
Yeah, they've got, is that going to be their 6th team foul?
Second on Lynch and 2 on Riggs.
Yeah, so one thing you don't want to do is when Centennial Mark is struggling to, score, you certainly don't want to give them opportunities on the line.
And guess who? Adam Bialzak, the third post player who got the start on senior night, had a basket in the first quarter. He's in for Lynch, as both Riggs and Lynch sitting down with 2 fouls each. Dowling by 12 with 4:45 remaining. Here's McAleer in the lane. Kicks it out to Derek Smith, just in there for Centennial for the first time tonight, 5'8" senior. Leaves it for McAleer. Dowling stays man-to-man. McAleer coming off a ball screen, can't get a shot off. Now over to Smith. Derek with it. Back over to Aguirre for three. It's no good. Rebound Riedel and Dowling. One and done at Centennial.
Yeah, Gary's had some success from that three-point line, but that was way off. And again, no black shirts going to the boards.
Bialzak with it, gets it to Gredicke. Bialzak on the baseline. It's the inside pivot, now spins. His shot up, and it's blocked by Aguirre. Drew the foul, and that gets the Dowling bench up as little used. Adam Bialzak will go to the line, the 6'7" senior, working his way and muscle his way in against the freshman, Aguirre.
Well, that was a nice job by Adam to feel where the defense was and then pivot around baseline side. Go up strong with that.
Bialzak, 3 for 6 the free throw line this season. First one up, no good. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio, brought to you in part by Mercy One, Dental Associates, and Kemen. Alongside Mike Swaim, I'm Mark Amadale. Glad you could join us from the Dowling Gym. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Second free throw no good by Bialzak. Rebound Centennial. Dowling by 12 with 4 minutes remaining. Centennial in the front court. Still left to right towards the north basket here at Dowling in their black road uniforms and silver trim. And a three-pointer up and good by Cruz, his first 3 points of the night.
Well, see if that gets Cruz going there, Mark. That was just sort of a crossover step back, and maybe he's going to start heating up here a little bit.
Carson Brown to the Dowling lineup, number 32, and on the baseline, pull-up jumper, good. Sam Hughes left alone after the Jags try to take the charge. Immediately down court is McAleer on the baseline. A long three is no good. Blocked by Riedel, and he gets the rebound. Here the other way we go. With it is Hughes. Gets it to Carson Brown. Carson cut off nicely by Derek Smith. Now to Riedel. His shot up and good with the right hand, right around the freshman Aguirre.
Riedel has been able to get into that lane whenever he wants. Ankeny has had no answer for him tonight, Mark.
14 points for Riedel. Young man coming off COVID protocol, out for 2 weeks. Got a point on senior night Friday, and tonight has 14 points in the first half. Three-pointer on the right. Baseline is good by Brock Jensen. A timeout Dowling. And a 30-second timeout called. Jensen with his first three as Coach O'Connor calls timeout for Dowling. Maroons lead by 10 with 2:54 remaining in the half.
Wow, Coach Fontana really needed that three-point basket. They have been struggling on that offensive end. And what's really good for Dowling here, Mark, is that they're sort of maintaining or keeping this lead with Riggs and Simon Daniel on the bench. So 2 starters with foul trouble, they really haven't needed them.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, and Dental Associates. 2 minutes, 54 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Dowling Catholic will inbound the ball, leading Ankeny Centennial 36-26. The Maroons with a record of 6-7, unranked in Class 4A. Centennial with the number 1 seed in their sub-state. They're ranked 8th with a record of 10-3. They've lost 2 in a row. Tough week last week, losing at home to number 2 Waukee on Tuesday and losing Friday night to number 6 Ames, did the Jaguar boys. But hoping to snap that 2-game skid tonight here on the road at Dowling. The Maroons leading by 10. And here's Riedel with it, coming off a ball screen by Bialzak in the lane. They work it to Carson Brown. Carson with it over to Riedel. He'll try another 3 right corner and no good. And the rebound out to Aguirre in Centennial. There's Cruz in the front court. He's guarded by Sam Hughes. Watch that matchup tonight. Here's McAleer over to Aguirre. Aguirre. And he puts a move right on the big guy, Bialzak, and scores.
Yeah, just using his quickness and a little bit of a mismatch there. Bialzak's going to have a tough time trying to defend him if he puts the ball on the floor.
15 points for Aguirre, and now down the lane, and a shot off the glass good by Sam Hughes, his 4th point, all in the second quarter.
I just looked at the Centennial coaching staff. They're all just sort of put their arms up in the air like, why can't we stop the ball?
Well, here's Cruz again for 3, and it's good. It rolls around and falls through, and that cuts the Dowling lead to 7 with a minute and a half remaining in the half. Dowling 38, Centennial 31. Carson Brown for 3. It's no good. And offensive rebound put back up and good by Jalen Moses. He can knock down the 3, and now he can do the offensive rebound.
That was huge, and not getting any contact, Mark. That was what I thought was amazing.
Ankeny Centennial works the ball inside. McAleer's shot no good. Ball slapped around. McAleer comes away with it with Hughes.
I believe that's going to be Dowling's ball.
And they're going to get Riggs back in for offense-defense time with a minute 9 remaining. Bialzak will check out. Adam 0 for 2 at the free throw line, but gave the Maroons pretty good minutes with Lynch and Riggs both facing 2 fouls. And now Simon Daniel back in with 2 fouls. He'll replace Carson Brown.
Yeah, and both of these guys have to understand time and score here. You got a minute 9 to go in the second quarter. You don't want to pick up a foul. So if they can't convert and Coach O'Connor can't get a timeout, you got to be smart on defense when you come back.
Maroons now face full court pressure as Chris Lewis pressures Hughes in the back court. Here's Riggs with it, guarded by Aguirre. Little handoff goes to Hughes. They work it to Simon Daniel, out to Riedel. 50 seconds remaining in the half, Dowling by 9. Maroons' largest lead was 13 in the first quarter.
Looks like maybe Dowling's going to opt to hold for 1 here.
It's awful hard to do against a team that'll guard you. You think Scott DeYoung's defense is pretty good. Coach Fontana's going to guard you beyond the arc, and they're going to switch ball screens. Mismatch now as Cruz is guarding Riggs on the right block.
And Dowling needs to recognize that, but they're going to bring him back out here.
And Ankeny Centennial has not switched that. Switched it back, rather. 20 seconds remaining. Riedel on the right side of the floor, a couple steps beyond half court. No 5-second count, 10 seconds, and now Dowling will start their offense. Here's Riggs with the ball screen for Riedel. Now they lob it into Riggs. Over in the corner goes to Moses for 3. Up, off the rim, no good. It goes out of bounds off of Lewis, but the horn sounds, and we go to halftime with Dowling Catholic leading Centennial 40-31. Mike Swaim, I'll tell you what a first quarter, what a first half we saw. The Maroons got out to a 9-0 lead.
9-0 lead. They put 27 up in the first quarter. Centennial does a much better job of holding them to 13 in that second quarter and also getting on the board, Mark, as well as Dowling in that first half. Still only a 9-point game. I mean, this thing is nowhere even close to being decided, and I thought Centennial battled and hit some big threes down the stretch, especially with Cruz.
Well, they battled to a 13-13 tie in that second quarter, but Dowling Catholic a 27-18 advantage at the end of the first quarter, and the Maroons lead it here at halftime 40-31 alongside Mike Swaim. I'm Mark Amadale. We'll be back with our halftime guest, the one and only assistant coach, Scott Babinet, to your right there, Mike Swaim. And we'll talk to the Dowling girls assistant coach following our break as the Dowling boys lead Ankeny Centennial 40-31 here at halftime from the Dowling Gym on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. At the Dowling Catholic High School gym alongside Mike Swayman, Mark Amadale. Halftime of the boys contest, and it's Dowling leading Ankeny Centennial 40-31, and activity going on the floor here at Dowling Catholic. Senior night, senior week going on here at Dowling, and it'll be the Dowling Catholic dance team being recognized on the floor on senior night. And CISN will have the live presentation from Denny O'Grady, the Dowling Catholic PA announcer. And we'll...
Mia is accompanied by her mom, Atlas, and Tony, sister Haley. She belongs to St. Francis and has been on the team for 3 years. During her time in high school, Mia has participated in dance team, studio dance, maroon crew, and good freedom. After high school, Mia applies to attend Iowa State to study elementary education. Her favorite dance team memories include dancing at state. Mia Catalano. Our next nominee, Katie Cosgrove. She's accompanied a member of Mount Glory and Dad Dan. They belong to St. Francis Parish. She's been on the dance team for 4 years. During her time in high school, Katie's been involved in the dance team, student ambassadors, and maroon crew. After high school, Katie plans to attend Iowa State. Her favorite dance team memories include all the memories that were made during the late nights each year at camp. Katie Cosgrove. Our third nominee, Kelsey Hoy. Kelsey's accompanied by her mom, Julie, and dad, Brian. They belong to St. Francis. She's been on the squad for 4 years. During her time in high school, Kelsey has participated in dance team, Youth Freedom, Maroon Crew. She plans to attend Iowa State. Her favorite dance team memory includes going to the UDA dance camp every summer and bonding with the team. Kelsey Hoy. Our next nominee, Ella Jones, accompanied by her mom, Beth, dad, Jared, and brother, Gavin. She belongs to St. Francis and has been on the squad for 4 years. Ella participated in dance team, studio dance, and maroon crew. She plans to attend college. Her favorite dance team memory includes state day steepovers. Ella Jones. Our next senior dancer is Rachel Massarari. Rachel's accompanied by her mom, Molly, and dad, Steve. They belong to St. Francis. She's been on the team for 4 years. She has participated in Maroon Crew yearbook and studio dance. After high school, Rachel plans to attend the University of Iowa, and her favorite memory is getting to dance at Wells Fargo Arena every year at the state competition. Rachel Massari. Our next senior, Grace Marshall. She's accompanied by her mom, Brenda, and dad, Jay. They belong to St. Boniface Parish and has been on the dance team for 4 years. During her time in high school, she has participated in dance team, National Honor Society, Big Brother, Big Sister, and girls tennis. Grace plans to attend the University of Kansas and study nursing. Grace's favorite dance team memory is winning second place in the dance battle at dance team camp in her gorilla costume. Grace Parcel. Our next nominee, Grace Swayze. Grace is accompanied by her dad, Mike, and mom, Jill. She belongs to St. Anthony's Parish and has been on the team for 3 years. During her time in high school, she's participated in dance team, studio dance, and Divine Dancers. She plans to attend Grand Canyon University. Her favorite dance team memory is the pre-camp activities her junior year. Grace Swayze. And our final honoree, Gracie Tim. Gracie is accompanied by her mom, Andrea, dad, Chad, sister Lily. They belong to Holy Trinity. She's been on the team for 2 years. Gracie has participated in dance team and studio dance. After high school, she plans to attend college. Her favorite dance team memory is dancing with her sister, Gracie Tim. Having a big hand for all the seniors, dancers, and their parents, and thank you for all you've done. Great job by all.
I'm Dr. Katie here at Exemplar Care Urgent Care, the Des Moines Metro's first 24/7 urgent care. That means here at Exemplar Care, we're always here. If you want to get tested for COVID, you can simply just go to our website and sign up. We offer different types of testing for whatever your needs are, and we offer it in whatever situation you find yourself, whether it's you have symptoms, whether you don't have symptoms, whether you have a family get-together, whether you're actually traveling again. Here at Exemplar Care, we have really found ourselves an expert in testing for businesses. You can go to our website, exemplar.care, and fill out contact information there. But really what we can offer businesses is the ability to stay open, stay safe, and stay COVID-free. In addition to being tested for COVID, we also do everything we can to make this as safe of an experience as it can be, whether you have COVID or you don't have COVID. We want you to feel safe getting the medical care and the treatment that you need. Exemplar Care Urgent Care will open officially February 15th, and we are excited. We are going to be the first 24/7 urgent care here in the Des Moines metro area. That means it doesn't matter what time of day it is, we are here for you. Exemplar Care Urgent Care. We are located at 7300 Westtown Parkway. That's just off Jordan Creek.
But you and Audrey helping out Kristen, it's a labor of love. There's no pay in this. It's just a love for basketball, a love being around high school kids. I love to see kids progress, and you've been doing this now since I think Kristen took over, so that's been, 5 years now?
Yeah, since I moved back to Iowa. Yeah, it's actually a privilege to be able to work here and with great people, and the kids are wonderful. I mean, couldn't ask for better kids, and they want to learn, and they want to get better, and sometimes it's hard to get on them because they're not messing up on purpose, but they know we love them, they know we care about them, and that's it's not just about basketball, it's about influencing lives for their future as well.
No question. Now, you said you got back to Iowa. You were on the West Coast, weren't you?
I was for 27 years, yeah.
You got tired of all the shaking and the mudslides and the fires, and you just come back to Iowa, huh?
I just couldn't afford it anymore.
Well said, Coach. Well said. Well, Scott, we appreciate you coming up. Thanks for all you do. Scott Babinett is our guest. And anybody want to give a shout-out before we take a break?
No, nobody knows me.
Nobody knows you. It's all on the West Coast, folks. There's a reason why he left the West Coast, probably.
Step ahead of the posse.
Thanks for all you do, Scott.
All right, thank you.
Scott Babinett, our guest. We'll take a break. Halftime score of the boys contest, Dowling 40, Centennial 31. Back in 1 minute here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. Here at the Dowling Gym, underway in the second half. Centennial with the basketball. A shot in the lane, no good by Mackel there. Might have been blocked by Hughes. Centennial with the rebound. It forced the shot by Aguirre. It's no good. And then a put back up and good. And I think that was Brock Jensen.
It's Chris Lewis, actually, who got that. And just no block out that time by Dowling. He just went right down the lane, Mark.
Lewis. Riggs gets it inside for Dowling. So both teams trading baskets. Riggs with 6 points as we're underway here in the third quarter. 42-33 Dowling. Centennial with the ball. Cruz with it. He gets underneath. And a shot up and good by the freshman, Leo Aguirre.
This is much better offense that we are seeing by Ankeny Centennial. And you and I both said something. They're going to come out ready to play here in this third quarter, Mark.
And you haven't missed the mark there, my friend. Dowling with the ball. Here's Riedel looking for a backdoor cut by Hughes. Can't get it to him. Now Riggs with it. Spins in the lane. Gets in the corner to Gredicke. Jack for three. Good! Right over Colin McAleer. And we got a net that's caught. But how about that? Gredicke with his third three of the night. He's got 11 points.
Wow, that was a good kick out again. Centennial very aware of where Riggs is at. And they collapsed on him, but he was able to find his teammate in the corner.
45-35. Dowling with the lead. The Maroons have led by as many as 13. Centennial looking for their first lead. Cruz for three, it's no good. Rebound Dowling and Hughes. Maroons snapped a 3-game losing streak with a win on senior night Friday night, 65-47 over Urbandale. They come in winning 4 of their last 8 or losing 4 of their last 8. Gredeke for three, it's short. Rebound by Riggs, and they say it went off the hands of Centennial's Chris Lewis. It'll be Dowling possession.
Oh, good hustle that time by Ryan Riggs. Again, one of those those balls that get away from Centennial. It's got to drive the coaching staff crazy when they start looking at those rebound stats, Mark.
Yeah, certainly. Maroons led 40-31 at halftime, and now Riedel in the lane. And they're going to call Riedel for the travel.
Yeah, that was good defense by Cruz. It was going to be a turnover anyway. Even if Riedel didn't travel, Cruz had the ball.
Centennial in a hurry. They get it in the front court. On the baseline to Leo Aguirre, who had 15 points at halftime, now has 17, and now another steal by Dowling underneath, and reverse layup no good by Hughes. The ball's out of bounds. And they say it was touched by Gredeke. It'll be Centennial possession.
Well, that was really good defense by Colin McAleer. He did a nice job of not going up and not fouling Hughes. Really made it very difficult. Had to do the under the basket maneuver for the layup, and
they forced Hughes on a reverse layup.
Yeah.
And I don't think was ready for it. Centennial was led by Aguirre with 15 points at halftime, and now a three-pointer good by Brock Jensen. That's his second three of the night for 6 points. His 18th of the year.
So you can hear the Centennial bench.
Yeah.
They know that they're right back in this game here.
Aguirre with 17 points, Jensen with 6, Lewis with 2, Jackson Snyder off the bench for 4. We're just going through Centennial scoring. Kyler Johnson for 2 off the bench. McAleer held to 2, and Jerron Cruz with 6 points to lead Centennial.
That's really good recognition. They doubled Riggs. They were not going to let him catch that ball, so Hughes was just wide open. He stepped up and nailed the 3, and that's what you're going to do if they're going to double team Riggs down in that post.
Hughes with his 7th point of the night and his 7th 3 of the year. 48-38, Dowling by 10. Cruz for 3, top of the key, it's no good. Riedel with the rebound. Mentioned closing off the Centennial stats the first half. 2 for 2 were Centennial at the free throw line. Dowling was 0 for 2 in the first half at the line. Go through the Dowling scoring in the first half. We get a break as the ball goes out of bounds. Pass intended for Riggs, but it bounced off the shoe of Aguirre.
Yeah, Dowling being patient, trying to get Riggs down to that block area where Dowling has a huge size advantage over the Centennial Jaguars.
They lob it inside to Riggs, and his layup good with the soft right hand over Chris Lewis.
That's a really nice inbounds play that time. Good patience by Hughes, waiting for Riggs to get open.
He has 8 points, does Ryan Riggs. Now shot up and no good by Centennial's McAleer, who's struggling tonight. Just 2 points as Collin comes in averaging 10.5. Now a baseline shot 15 feet out is Riggs. It's good. And he's got 10 points now in double figures for Dowling Catholic. The Maroons' lead is now 14, their largest of the night.
All right, when Centennial had this down to 7, Mark, there was a little bit momentum, and Dowling has answered that.
And they went dry from the field. Now a three-pointer no good by Chris Lewis, the junior with the miss. Rebound Dowling. Here's Riedel in the front court. Dribble handoff to Simon Daniel. Simon works the left side. They're going to call him for the carry as he was kind of winding up to go right around Jerron Cruz, and he carried the basketball.
Wow. Centennial has missed 3 straight three-pointers after starting out this quarter, really cutting, moving the ball well, and I just don't like the way the direction of the offense is going here.
Maroons were led by Matt Riedel with 14 points in the first half. 10 points right now for Ryan Riggs, 11 points for Jack Gredeke, and 7 points for Sam Hughes. Mikey Chase has yet to score. And then round out scoring, Andrew Lynch off the bench with 2 points, Jalen Moses with 2 points, and Bialzak went 0 for 2 off the bench for Dowling in the first half at the free throw line. 52-38 Dowling, 3:15 remaining here in the third quarter from the Dowling Gym in the CIML non-division game. And now Aguirre kind of forced it there. The freshman tried to go through Riggs and Jalen Moses and didn't get anything on the shot, and the loose ball came away by Dowling with Moses. Here's Mikey Chase with it, dribbles in the lane, stops, and now, nice up and under by Mikey Chase around Jerron Cruz.
You normally see that out of a 6'8 guy, not a 6'2 guy.
Who taught him that? I know it wasn't Nahas that taught him that. I know that. And now underneath, and a strong move to the basket. Good by McAleer, his 4th point.
Yeah, nice drive that time by McAleer. Again, I think that's how Centennial has to attack here. Try to soften up this defense by getting in the paint.
Seen that move out of Mikey Chase this year. We did last possession. Here's Riggs, left block. And a turnaround hook shot, good, right over Aguirre, the freshman.
Really nice that time. Good recognition. No double team that time, so Riggs had a clear shot. Good little jump hook.
12 points for Riggs. Corner 3 up and good as both teams exchange baskets, and that's a corner 3 by Brock Jensen.
I think that's his 3rd here in this 3rd quarter, maybe his 2nd, but it's
3rd of the game, Coach.
Okay, he's had 2 here in this quarter.
Yep, he's got 9 points. Brock Jensen, the senior, usually comes off the bench, but forced to start tonight due to the injury to Kelling. And now on the baseline, shot up and good by Hughes.
Yeah, didn't even use the glass that time. That was a really tough angle and got the friendly bounce.
We saw that in the first game, and now a minute 40 remaining. Cruz for 3, no good. Rebound out to McAleer, and Centennial keeps possession. And now here is the freshman, and he has the ball fall out of his hands. Aguirre tried to dribble down, and now the pass by Mikey Chase to Moses out of bounds, and it'll be Centennial basketball. But, Aguirre took a power dribble and then shot the ball, and Riggs was right there, and it rolled right out of his hands.
Just fell right out.
And the turnover caused another because Dowling comes down court and they threw it away. So both teams exchanged turnovers. Minute 26.
He didn't have numbers that time, Mark. I would have liked to see Dowling pull it out a little bit with a minute 23.
And here in the 3rd quarter, 58-43, Dowling by 15. This is their largest lead of the contest. 3-pointer right side, no good by McAleer, and the rebound Dowling. Here's Riedel with it to Mikey Chase. Riedel has it right side, guarded by Cruz. Jerron playing on that injured ankle, and he's weathered the storm tonight. And now Lynch for 3, top of the key, and it's no good by Dowling. Jensen with the rebound, and Centennial the other way as they go to the south basket. Now Cruz dribble drives, and ankle looked pretty good there as he bowled his way through. Jerron with his 8th point.
That was a nice take. He's been settling for 3s, Mark. I think that's what he needs to do there. I think he can get to the basket whenever he wants.
Dowling with the ball, and here's Riedel. And we got a timeout called by Dowling, and it'll be Dowling basketball out of bounds underneath the basket. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here with 39 seconds remaining. 58-45 is our score. Dowling leading 8th-ranked Ankeny Centennial. As other games tonight in the CIML, these are all girl-boy doubleheaders. Lincoln is at Johnston, Ames at Southeast Polk, Roosevelt at Urbandale, and Hoover at Ankeny. Of course, the Ames Southeast Polk game also being carried on ISN.
That's a good matchup. Ames, that boys contest is going to be.
Yeah, it will. And boys only game, well, it's in Nebraska, out in Bellevue. 2.5-hour trip for Coach Oles, and the Waukee boys ranked 2nd. You think they're ranked 1st. AP sports writers say different. They're taking on number 2 Bellevue West out of Nebraska, the number 23 team nationally with a record of 18-1. And that game started at 6 o'clock in Bellevue, Nebraska. So we'll get an update on that as we're out of the timeout. Dowling with the ball.
They tried to get Riedel inside, but really good defense, and now a turnover by Daniel.
And it'll be Centennial basketball. With 25 seconds remaining, Maroons by 13. 72-32, Southeast Polk leading Ames.
Girls.
Is that the girls' game? Yes. Okay, girls' game. Thank you. Right. I keep forgetting we're not in sync with the rest of the league.
That would be shocking if that was a boys' score.
We had the 5 o'clock girls' tip, and our boys' game going on here. Centennial holding for the last shot. That makes more sense.
I'd like to see Cruz take this off the dribble and try and get inside the paint.
He's going to get a ball screen here by Jensen. He comes off the Jensen ball screen. Leaves it underneath for Tyler Johnson, broken up by Dowling with 3 seconds. Down court goes Hughes, his shot off the glass. Good! At the horn! Mikey, I'll tell you what, Hughes did a tremendous job, Sam, with the basket at the horn.
There was a lot of contact there. Could have went either way. Block, charge. In fact, they just decided to go no call. And the basket counts.
11 points for Sam Hughes. We come to the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. Dowling 60 and Centennial 45. Along with Mike Swain, Mark Amadale here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.TV.
Hi, I'm Chris with Fireplace Superstore. Fall's upon us and fireplace season is here, and you need a new Heat and Glow high-efficient gas direct vent. These are ideal for your new construction project, for your remodeling project, or for removing your old wood-burning fireplace and replacing it with a new Heat and Glow high-efficient gas direct vent. Come see us today at Fireplace Superstore, 10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
Central Bank opened its doors in 1877 and has been proud to call Iowa home ever since. For more than a century, our family-owned business has worked hand in hand with friends and neighbors across the state to make their dreams a reality. Come visit us at our new location on Hickman and Waukee and see how Central Bank can make it happen for you.
Now we're back here at the Dowling gym. Mark Amadale, Mike Swain, as we start the fourth quarter. Dowling with a 15-point lead over 8th-ranked Ankeny Centennial. Gredicke for three. It rolls off the rim, no good, and a rebound out to Brock Jensen. Dowling outscoring Centennial 20-14 in that third quarter. Now there's a block shot by Sam and Daniel as Cruz has his shot blocked. Rebound out to Dowling. And Riedel, a lob pass to Gredicke, and he can't get it to get the dunk down, and rebound the other way to Centennial. Jackson Snyder with it. Up top it goes to Tyler Johnson to Cruz. Drawn, guarded by Riggs. Jump stops in the lane, tries to leave it for his teammate Tyler Johnson, out of bounds to Dowling. And what a third quarter by Dowling. I know you were talking about the execution at times, Mike, but the Maroons end up outscoring Centennial 20-14.
I thought they got down to 7, where this thing felt like maybe Centennial's going to make a little run, and Dowling pushed it right back up and hasn't looked back. And I know I'm going to regret saying this, Mark, but with 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, do you know that we have 0 fouls in this half?
I just noticed that. Yeah, I just
0
noticed
fouls.
That. Simon Daniel for three in the right wing. It's good on the baseline. Simon with his third three of the night. He's got 9 points. Maroons are 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Centennial is 2 for 2. Corner three up and good. That's Jackson Snyder for three for the Jags. And Jackson with his fifth point of the night. He's got a pair of free throws. 63-48 Dowling. There's Hughes. Sam down the lane. Layup no good. He drew the foul, and that'll be on Jackson Snyder. And that will be his second. So what'd you say about fouls?
Well, Centennial can afford to be aggressive, Mark. I mean, if they're going to try and get back into this thing in this quarter, they've got to be trying to go for steals and double teams. If you get a foul, you get a foul.
Fouls to give.
Absolutely.
Plenty. Dowling's got plenty of them. Free throw good by Hughes. Sam with his first free throw of the night. He's got 12, make it 13 points for Sam. Came in averaging just under 6 points. Leads the team, one of the team leaders, with an 85% free throw average. Those are Mike Swain numbers back in the day. Now underneath, and a nice little give and go. The assist to Jackson Snyder, and the basket good by Tyler Johnson, and he'll go to the line for an and one, foul on Dowling.
Yeah, at that point, you'd just rather have Simon Daniel just let him go. You were beat, let him score. Now you get an opportunity to make a free throw, maybe set up a press.
Yeah, that's free throw no good by Tyler Johnson. He has 4 points. Rebound Dowling. 6:15 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 65-50 Dowling by Centennial. And now, how about that underhand scoop shot by Riggs from the left side with the right hand? The basket's good. Foul on Tyler Johnson.
He's got such a great touch. And even with that angle, he was pushed all the way out by Johnson, but still with those long arms, Mark able to get that thing to fall.
Riggs now with 14 points and a chance for an and one here. Second team foul on Centennial. We got 3 fouls on the board after you said that magic announcers aren't supposed to do that. Riggs missed the free throw, gets his own rebound, puts it back up underhand, and he tries to flush it through, missed it, and he drew the foul. They'll get Brock Jensen after Riggs missed the free throw and 3 offensive rebounds.
Missed the free throw, missed the putback, missed the dunk. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen that. Pretty much sums up Ankeny's rebounding right there.
Coach Fontana said, worried about you guys and those long arms and height. Free throw good by Riggs. Now he has 15 points.
Coach Fontana making sure someone has shooter.
68-50. Second free throw is no good, and now we've got a foul on Centennial, and that's going to get Coach Fontana up.
Yeah, he's not happy about that.
Oh,
Gredeke, the referee thought Gredeke sort of got undercut.
Undercut, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Snyder will pick up the foul, his fourth. Now 68-50 is our score. Dowling by 18. They lob it into Riggs, the free throw line. Goes around Aguirre, tries to get underneath two. Riedel, and it's poked out of bounds by Jackson Snyder. It'll be Dowling possession.
Yeah, right idea. That's just a tough pass to handle, though.
Is it just me, or we've been in this baseline for quite a while? It's just me?
This possession has been forever.
Gredeke for three, it's good! And they ended up getting three and a point out of Riggs, so they got 4 points on this drive.
Now that has sort of been the story, Mark, for Dowling tonight. It has been went their way, and now a turnover. Well, no good hustle by Cruz, avoiding that turnover.
Gredeke with his 18th point on his fourth three of the night. That puts him to 24 for the year. It's 71-50, Dowling by 21. Who would have thought this? As the ball was poked out of bounds by Dowling on offense on Centennial's offensive possession.
Well,
here,
and
Mike.
to be fair with Centennial, I mean, they are down a starter, and their other starter is
on
sort
one
of hobbled
leg
by that ankle. So
and that's Cruz, who's guarded by Simon Daniel right now. Duran with the bum ankle, dribbling to the free throw line, cut off. Now he'll put up a shot. It's no good. Rebound Riggs as he takes the ball away from Chris Lewis and Centennial.
another good contest by Daniel.
Underneath to Gredeke, and he'll slam it through. Hughes with the assist and the second duck tonight for Jack. He's got 20 points.
Well, just some uncharacteristic play by Centennial, Mark, not getting back in transition. We haven't seen really the defensive pressure that we're normally accustomed to from Coach Fontana teams.
Hughes picks up the foul for Dowling, his first. Foul number two, team foul number 2 on Dowling. Free throws coming for Ankeny Centennial. This will be Chris Lewis at the line. Chris, a 6-foot junior. And the first one is good, a 60% free throw shooter on the year, and that is his third point of the night. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you by Kemen, Dental Associates, and Construction Professionals. Second free throw good. 4 points for Chris Lewis. 73-52 is our score. Dowling with the lead. Full court pressure by the Jaguars. Lewis guarding Hughes, and now he gets it over to Riedel, guarded by Cruz. Riedel down the lane, layup good. That's something that Cruz can't do, is that bum ankle. You can't play defense like you want to.
Yeah, but the lack of help has got to be what's concerning the Jaguars coaching staff. Nobody's sliding over and taking a charge.
Riedel with his 16th point. It's his first basket of the second half. 75-52 Dowling.
Riedel has been able to get into that paint area whenever he wants tonight. It's good to have him back at full strength.
Here's Hughes over to Riedel for 3. It's up and off the mark, no good. Ball slapped around, and Chris Lewis comes down with it. Centennial with the ball in their front court as they go right to left in front of us. Lewis going against Hughes. His shot up and good. The foul is on Sam Hughes of Dowling. The basket will count. And Chris Lewis to the basket, to the free throw line. So Hughes picks up his second foul. And Lewis with his 6th point. And a chance for an and one here. And free throw good. He's 3 for 3 tonight at the line, all in the second half. Lewis with 7 points, and it's 75-55. The Dowling lead is 20 over Ankeny Centennial. Earlier tonight it was the Centennial girls defeating Dowling 48-40 in game 1 of our doubleheader. And Gredeke underneath, and nobody there to stop him. Brock Jensen.
He's having a fantastic offensive game tonight, Mark.
22 points for Jack Gredeke. 77-55 Dowling, and Alice Steele. Now Cruz is hurt. Down court to Simon Daniel, and his shot up no good. Ball might have been deflected by Aguirre, and picked up and scored that time by Gredeke, who now has 24 points.
And I'm watching Cruz. He sort of ran into his own teammate, and he's not moving real well out there.
Yeah, he dinged that ankle up, you can tell. Here's Aguirre with it, down the lane, guarded by Simon Daniel. Shot good. Strong move that time by Leo Aguirre. That's 19 points for the freshman.
Yeah, he's going to be a nice player, Mark. He can shoot from outside. He's got good body for a freshman, physical.
Hughes with the basketball down the lane. His shot is no good. The rebound of Geary. Here's Leal in transition. Splits the defenders. The ball goes out of bounds. He tried to go between Riggs and Riedel. And now wholesale substitutions for Centennial. Reese Robinson, the freshman, coming in, number 44. Also coming in will be Derek Smith, number 2. As both teams go into their benches. Brock Jensen returns to the lineup for Centennial, number 25. Dowling has Bialzak back in there, Adam Bialzak, who played earlier in the contest. Here's Hughes with it. Out to Simon Daniel, under 3 minutes remaining. Dowling with the lead, 79-57. Now backdoor cut and a pass by Simon Daniel to Bialzak, stolen away by the Centennial Jaguars. Evan Bryan in there, number 30, with the steal. Now jumping to the free throw line, a bank shot up and good. The basket will count. Foul on Dowling. That's Chris Lewis again with the basket. He's got 9 points and will have a chance at an and one here.
Just not a good foul that time. And I know we just came off of a Dowling turnover, Mark, but for the most part, Dowling has taken care of the ball tonight. They've done a good job of eliminating those turnovers that we've seen so often in these games.
Free throw good by Lewis. He's 4 for 4 at the line, and he has 10 points off the bench. As Tyler Johnson checks in for the Jags, number 5. It'll be Simon Daniel and Matt Riedel in the backcourt for Dowling with Jack Redicke. Also in there for the Maroons, Dylan Schmidt, number 2. Played on senior night, actually got the start, and Jack Redicke. Bialzak cut off at the left block, out to Riedel. Thinks about the 3, won't shoot it. Here's Simon Daniel to Bialzak. Back to Daniel, the ball poked away by Derek Smith, and now Daniel's shot no good, leaves it short, and a rebound out to Tyler Johnson. And Centennial in transition, the ball poked out of bounds by Dowling as they tried to hit Reese Robinson, the freshman at 6'6", in there for Centennial, wearing number 44. And they couldn't do it. Ball tapped out of bounds, and now Coach Bob Fontana wants a full timeout. We'll take one ourselves. 2:14 remaining here in the fourth quarter. It's Dowling 79, Ankeny Centennial 60 here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
To everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale alongside Mike Swaim here in the fourth quarter out of the Ankeny Centennial timeout. 81-60 Dowling as Dylan Schmidt, the senior, scores off the bench for Dowling Catholic. The other way we go, and Centennial with the ball. McAleer with it, and he drew the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line. Swamer.
How about Dylan Schmidt with a little turnaround jumper in the lane and just a little short jump hook, gets on the scoring board.
We were at commercial.
Yeah.
So we missed it on the TV. Maybe the TV got it. I'm not sure. Johnson at the free throw line. Tyler tonight with 4 points. And the second free throw is good. He goes 1 for 2 at the line. He now has 5 points. 81-61, Dowling by 20. And the Maroons knock ahead of 8th-ranked Ankeny Centennial. For the Jaguars, they play at Mason City Friday night in a girl boy doubleheader. Then Saturday they have their makeup game. They'll play the 1 o'clock game against Roosevelt. Underneath, Bialzak scores. How about that? Adam Bialzak pounds his way in there for the basket.
Great move by Bialczak. That's his second one that he's had. He had another one in that first half where he was able to draw contact, missed the free throws, but how about the bench going crazy?
This bench in front of us, I know it's not on our camera, and of course it's hard to describe on radio, but they are going nuts. A lot of the starters on the bench for Dowling and showing their enthusiasm for one of their 10 fellow seniors, Adam Bialczak. We got a minute left in the contest, 83-61 Dowling here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN tonight as we simulcast. We'll do the same on Friday as Johnston comes to the Dowling gym. And now a reverse layup with the left hand, good by Derek Smith. That's his first basket of the night here, Swaymer.
Yeah, nice move that time. Coming across the basket, just a little flip.
Smith, a 5'8 senior. Underneath, a shot no good by Dylan Smith of Dowling. Foul at half court, reach-in foul by Carson Brown.
I think that was on purpose to get his fellow teammates in.
He took the bullet, did Carson. And he'll check out, as will Bialczak. Jalen Moses also checking out. Checking in for the Maroons, Evan Curran, number 52. Also in there, number 50, David Roberts. Roberts a junior, and Curran a junior. Now underneath, a shot no good by Derek Smith, the rebound Dowling. The Maroons with it, this is Charlie Stewart in the front court. Him and his twin brother in the lineup, and a long three by Evan Curran is no good. Rebound David Roberts.
It's a good pass.
Underneath to Stewart, his shot is partially blocked. Now the rebound out to Centennial with 7 seconds remaining. This is Evan Bryan going to dribble out the contest. He'll launch the three, and it's off the mark, no good. Rebounded by David Roberts, that'll do it. 83-63, the final. Dowling Catholic knocks off number 1 seed and number 8th ranked Ankeny Centennial. Can you believe that? My goodness, that is kind of a surprise.
Well, Mark,
20-point lead.
I think this is as dominant performance as Dowling has had this year. Their other great win is against Valley, but
also a number 1 seed.
I believe this was a more complete win tonight, and they got balanced scoring. Defensively, I thought they played really well. They limited their turnovers, and then, of course, they just controlled the boards. Centennial was never a factor on either side. We saw one possession, Mark, where Dowling ended up getting 4 or 5 offensive boards, a couple off of a free throw, and it was just all Dowling from the beginning as they jump out to a 9-0 lead and really never looked back. And I'm watching Jerron Cruz walk off, Mark, with his ankle taped, and that's just not a great sign if you're a Centennial Jaguar fan.
Yeah, he had that happen on Friday night against Ames, and Coach Fontana pulled him in the fourth quarter, and tonight he's got his ankle taped.
Yeah, valiant effort by Cruz tonight, Mark, playing through that injury, and we hope that he's got enough time here, hopefully, to get healthy and that they can get all of their players back for a run at the sub-state.
Well, when you're a number 1 seed, you know you're going to get a week off. But until then, for Centennial, up next Friday, they play at Mason City in a girl-boy doubleheader. Then on Saturday, a girl-boy doubleheader, but actually a boy-girl doubleheader beginning at 1 o'clock at the Centennial Gym with Roosevelt coming to town. Boys game at 1, girls at 2:30. Then next week, boys-only games, Centennial at home against North. That'll be senior night next Tuesday, a week from tonight on February 16th, and they'll finish out the season February 19th, that last Friday, home against Urbandale. For Dowling Catholic, the Maroons will host number 4 Johnston. On Friday, we'll have both games on CISN.TV and Iowa Catholic Radio. The Maroons will host Cedar Rapids Kennedy on Saturday, 1 o'clock here at the Dowling Gym, and the Maroons finish off next week, Thursday, at 5th-ranked Council Bluffs Lincoln. We'll have that on Iowa Catholic Radio at 6 o'clock from Council Bluffs, and they'll finish out the next night, Friday, February 19th at Des Moines East. That rounds out the Dowling boys schedule. We'll take a break along with Mike Swain, Mark Emmerdale. We'll start our post-game show coming up here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.TV. Final score in the boys contest, Dowling 83, Ankeny Centennial 63. Back after these messages for our post-game show on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN TV.
35 years in the automotive industry, I had the opportunity to build on the American dream, just like Henry Ford did over 100 years ago.
Introducing the all-new DeArmond Ford Indianola.
Like Ford Motor Company, we're a family-led business guided by our core values of hard work, trust, honesty, and integrity.
People drive to Indianola to buy Fords.
The all-new DeArmond Ford. DeArmondFord.com.
Built for America, sold by DeArmond Ford Indianola.
Iowans know that winter means snow, ice, and freezing temps. Severe weather can make the roads downright dangerous. Truck Equipment Incorporated has the toughest work equipment that can stand up to the harshest conditions. Look for Western brand snowplows, quality you can count on. Buy new or utilize our repair services. We'll order new parts for same-day pickup or delivery. And now you can shop from home with our virtual showroom. Go to truckequipment.com today.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym postgame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.TV. As we simulcast tonight, Mark Amadale, Mike Swaim, and what a night for Dowling Catholic. I'm adding up the scoring here, Mike. 4 players in double figures for the Maroons, and Simon Daniel 1 point for being in double figures, making it the 5th Maroon, but hard to believe. 83-63, Dowling by 20 over Centennial. And that's good news, especially when you're getting all the pieces of your puzzle back, as Dowling has done here in the last few weeks, especially with Riedl's return after a COVID protocol. He played a little bit Friday, and now he started and played a lot tonight. And that's good news for Dowling.
I think this team is starting to get it offensively, Mark. They've put together back-to-back. Well, actually, you go back to that Southeast Polk game where they played very well offensively.
Yes, they did.
Granted, they didn't get the win, but you've got that one, and then you've got the Urbandale game where they played really well, and then tonight, just a total team performance. And if you're the Dowling coaching staff, you've got to feel really good about the momentum and where this thing is going. And now you have an opportunity, Mark, as a ranked Johnson team coming in here on Friday night to be able to really put a statement here on this run of games and be able to do something, beat 2 ranked teams in 1 week. That would go a long way for this Dowling team heading into the postseason.
No, we talked about the keys to the game, Mike, the sponsored and presented by DeArmond Ford Indianola. And I look at yours, and you said for Centennial to win, they must rebound better on both ends. We didn't see that a lot tonight. Of course, we don't have the rebound statistics, but Dowling offense and defensively just dominated the board, especially on that one scenario, that sequence where Riggs missed a free throw and got several offensive rebounds out of that.
Yeah, I agree. And then when you look at those Dowling keys that we talked about, starting inside and working that, when there were threes, but they came at great times, Mark. And I tell you, once we saw a couple go in, it was just sort of like an avalanche. Everybody wanted to get into the act. And the second straight game where Dowling has shot the ball really well. Right now, it's amazing what a team's confidence level can do. And when you start playing defense and you start rebounding and you get good offensive motion and then kickouts and those threes, that basket just looks huge. And that's what I think we're starting to see with this Dowling team the last couple nights offensively.
Gredicke and Simon Daniel have knocked down those open shots made by dribble penetration. Tonight, unofficially, I have them for 10 threes to go along with 12 against Urbandale on Friday. That's uncharacteristic of Dowling throughout the year, shooting that well. It's coming at the right time.
This was a team earlier on in the year, Mark, that was hitting 28% of their threes. Yeah. I mean, you're not 22 in the last 2 games.
So let's take a look at the scoring tonight before we close things out from the Dowling Gym. Again, the final, Dowling Catholic 83, Ankeny Centennial 63, as we bring the game on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.TV. The girls' game was won by Centennial 48-40. And for the visitors from Ankeny Centennial, the 8th-ranked Jaguars record falls to 10-4. And their next game will be this Friday night as they travel to Mason City for a girl-boy doubleheader. And the Jags were led tonight by the freshman Leo Aguirre with 19 points. He was followed by Chris Lewis with 10 points, Brock Jensen with 9, 5 points for Tyler Johnson, Jerron Cruz with 8 points, battling that ankle injury, 4 points for Colin McAleer, Derek Smith with 2 points as the Jaguars went 7-9. You mentioned that on your keys, Mike. Convert the free throw line. Jags were only shooting 49% the last 2 games, but tonight they only got there 9 times and made 7.
Right, not enough, and just couldn't convert. A lot of those 3-point misses, they had nobody in there for offensive rebounds, and it's tough when you got a couple guys down, Mark. A starter that didn't even play, didn't even suit up on crutches. And then Cruz, you could tell he was just limited tonight with that ankle. So I give him a lot of credit, a lot of toughness coming out and playing through that.
Well, Cruz gutted it out, and rightly so for Centennial and head coach Bob Fontana, the senior, playing on that injured ankle. For Dowling, the Maroons had 4 players in double figures, led by Jack Gredicke with 24 points tonight. as he knocked down 4 threes in the contest. He was followed by Matt Riedel with 16 points, 15 points for Ryan Riggs, 13 points for Sam Hughes, 9 points for Simon Daniel as he hit 3 threes on the evening. And then rounding out scoring for Dowling, 2 points each for Dylan Schmidt, Mikey Chase, Andrew Lynch, Jalen Moses, and